It's a 30-yard free kick with a 20-yard run-up. Dear! That's a good ball for Roberto Carlos. Hooked into the penalty area towards Zidane! Nani. Rooney! Oh, wonderful! Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero!
Good morning, Savva here, Football Heritage TV. Good morning, Perchy. How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm good. How are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. Yeah, a few people have just messaged me saying, Sav, there's no sound on the intro. There isn't at the moment. There isn't, because someone is trying to claim copyright and it's all gone. 47 of my live streams they've tried to copyright the monetization for. So yeah, I'm having that fun and games at the moment. So I thought, okay, let's just remove it. But I thought it made it sound better on the commentary. So
yeah.
And by the way, during the show, we're gonna discuss as well what 4 goals I should change the intro to. But first of all, good morning. Before we get going, and before I actually say hello properly to you, Mr. Perchy, let's have a look at the Spurs team, shall we? Would that be nice to do?
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do it. So hopefully everybody can see that. The Spurs team today is Vicario in goal. No surprises there. Pedro Porro remains at right back. Christian Romero retains his place at centre-half. Ben Davies comes in for Japhet Tanganga. Doji comes in for Serge Reguilon. Højbjerg comes in for Skip. Basuma and Maddison, as we thought, would keep their place in the team. Kulusevski keeps his place. Kane keeps his place. And maybe a little bit harshly, Manor Solomon doesn't keep his place, but it is only a friendly. Perchy, good morning to you. Good morning to everybody in the chat. There's 139 of you here. Thanks for joining us to watch our football club play. What's your initial thoughts on the Tottenham Hotspur team for today?
I'm intrigued that he's gone Porro and Adoji. I didn't think he was going to do that. I thought he might have gone and shuffled it to the point where I think it was Emerson Adoji last time. So I thought he may have gone and it was Porro and Reguilon. So I thought, maybe you might swap it about and go and change it slightly with that. So you've got maybe tried it with 2 defensive right backs, wing backs, or maybe have one and swap them about a bit and stuff like that. I'm impressed. But then I've looked at midfield and he's gone Højbjerg and Basuma. So he's gone 2 more defensive style midfielders in midfield. So maybe one of them is going to be sitting a little bit deeper. I think it's harsh on Solomon, but as you say, it's a friendly. I thought Solomon probably just decided to start. But as long as what I like is, and what I was saying is, what I could see was going to happen was we're going to just have 2 45-minute teams. Does that make sense? But I didn't want to see the same team, same 2 teams. I wanted them to sort of shuffle it about a bit and go, do you know what? Let's play a few players around there. I'm amazed Ben Davies is playing a less centre back, to be honest, in a back 4 again. But yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. 2 very attacking wing backs. Maybe he's wing backs, full backs. Essentially, they're wing backs by trade. That should be very interesting. Davis going in alongside Tanganga doesn't surprise me.
Marry me.
I think that it really is the lesser of evils at the moment, isn't it? As to, we know Romero's going to start, and it's going to be a lottery every game as to
which one's good enough to play next to.
Right, spin the dice, who's going to play there. And again, it's a shame. We won't go too deep into that right now, but this will be now the second game where, again, no new defensive reinforcements. And again, the same old mistakes I expect will be made at the back, because neither Davis or Romero are good in the air. Neither of them are leadership material. And we've seen them play together and it doesn't particularly work. But hey, going forward, Sonny comes in for Manor Solomon. Good to see. Listen, I say I'm surprised. It is a pre-season tour, but what are we expecting from Sonny from the start of this season as opposed to last season?
For me, I need to see Heung-min Son being better than last season. Do you know what? he got there was a caveat that he was playing under this system under Conte. He got a bit of an excuse last season.
Yeah.
No real excuses. We're playing an attacking team now, attacking formation, attacking system, attacking manager. It should be his bread and butter, no?
Yeah, no, absolutely, I absolutely agree with you. Listen, I think it will be. I wouldn't be surprised if there are times where we see him switch to the right, cutting in. If we see him through the middle, I think Ange likes to rotate and listen. Do you know what? It's something that Pep Guardiola does quite a lot, isn't it? It moves the players around, mixes things up, keeps defenders on their toes. What I will say is that just really, really quickly, sorry, I've got a super chat here from Orox Beats. Big up, my man. Hope you're well. Really good to talk to you the other day on Instagram. Said I can make you a really good intro if you need, Sav. Look, let's talk after the show. Message me on Instagram after the show. Yeah, one of the problems I'm having, and everyone doesn't want to be bored by this, is that I'm getting these intros made, putting in music which is saying it's no copyright. Then that company are coming for me and saying, copyright, and they've done it for my last 47 live shows. So,
and what people don't realize, that is an absolute kick in the teeth because you basically lose everything. All the hard work goes.
Yeah. So listen, Oryx Beats. Listen, I really appreciate the offer. Message me after on Instagram. Maybe we'll exchange numbers and we'll sort it out that way. But thank you. You didn't have to put that in a super chat to say that. You're offering me something. But thank you.
My music gets copyrighted every time, but all I have to do is send a link to the people, and then they take it off straight away. So I normally get like a copyright strike thing on mine, and then they go and say, "Oh no." They clear it immediately for me, but I have to do it every single time.
Yeah, do you know what I was saying? Sorry, but can you bear me 1 second, Perchy? Bear me 1 second. I'm trying to sort out a redirect for Henry later, and for some reason, it's just not showing the show that he wants me to see.
What it did for me for yours.
No. Quite possibly. Yeah. Look, people in the chat, tell us, what are you expecting today? Is the result important? Does this, after the West Ham game, does it need to be a win for this to be a successful pre-season game? The reason I asked that is, Perchy, I watched last night. I watched Brighton versus Chelsea. Excellent game, by the way. I don't know if you watched any of it.
No.
Excellent game of football. Brighton were excellent, by the way, and lost 4-3. Yeah. They literally picked up where they left off. Really, really good passing. And what you can see is the difference between a club that have learned how to play over a period of time versus a club like Spurs that are learning a new system. Yep. But they were absolutely excellent. And look, they lost the game, but I can be pretty sure that De Zerbi will be really happy with what he saw. They were well in control, and then went down to 10 men after the hour. And Chelsea just took control with Mikhailo Mudryk scoring an absolute banger. But it is what it is. We're not here to talk about Chelsea. What are you expecting from today, Perchy?
Same as I saw against West Ham. I've been on the pretense. I've said it from day one. When everyone keeps telling me, "Oh, the results, man," no, they don't. It's irrelevant. It means nothing. The result doesn't matter. I just want to see exactly what I saw against West Ham. Minute 1, pressing high, trying to win the ball back. The 3-second rule after losing it to get 3 seconds to get that ball back. We dominated West Ham. We need to do the same again. What I do want to see, though, is a little bit more quality in the final third. Harry Kane, now, this will be his second game. So, he only came back, obviously, nearly a week and a half ago. So, I want to see a little bit more quality in the sense of him. I don't need to worry because I know there is quality with Harry Kane. That's not a question mark for him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you just want to see that sort of ring rust disappear now, and we start seeing much more clinical Harry Kane. And I want to see a little bit more from him. I want to see Heung-min Son today. I think we didn't see him. Obviously, he didn't play in Australia, but I want to see now him in Thailand now against Leicester City, showing us what he's about. Listen. Yeah. There's no excuses because he's playing an attacking system now when he got a lot of excuses last season, I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, just really, really quickly, some breaking news from Fabrizio Romano. Doesn't directly involve Spurs, Perchy, but I'm guessing it Kind of does. Wolfsburg are close to agreeing a fee for Robin Gosens of Inter Milan. Now, obviously, Gosens is a left-sided wing back, full back, whichever you want to call it. And obviously, Spurs are looking at Wolfsburg's left-sided centre half, left back. I don't know. I'm 2 and 2 together there, Perchy, getting 95, but trying. I'm trying my best, mate.
Yeah,
trying.
No. Listen. The thing is here's the point now. If Van der Ven all of a sudden in the next couple of days is having a medical at Tottenham, everything's been agreed, blah 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 blah, you can amalgamate and assess. Going, well, that's the reason Wolfsburg weren't going to sell him until they got someone in to replace something like for like in whatever position. However, but the key one is if Van der Ven doesn't sign now, then there's no excuses why. This is like in fairness, this is like the final excuse for the Mickey Van der Ven deal. Does that make sense? If Gosens comes in and then they still don't sell him, then there's no more excuses, because the argument would be is that we had an agreement with them that they wouldn't sell until they got a replacement in. But yeah, for me, it's the last excuse, really. There's no more after that.
Absolutely. Big up Ben Kaufman, hopefully bullying no one in Savva's chat today. I can't believe someone said you bullied them. It was absolutely ridiculous. Before we move on, I mean, look, for those that didn't see the team, let's remind you of what the team is. There's 240 of you in here at the moment. Good morning to absolutely every one of you. I'm sure it's probably approaching lunchtime for you, Perchy, but here is the Spurs team, as we said. Vicario, Porro, Romero, Davison, and Doji across the back. Højbjerg sitting. Well, what we presume Højbjerg will be sitting. Basuma and Maddison in the 8 and 10. Kulu right. Son left. Kane is captain. Then when you look to the bench, you've got Whiteman, Royale, Reguilon, Dyer, Tanganga, Skip, Lo Celso, Sarr, Perisic, Solomon, Richarlison. I'll be honest, Perchy, from that bench, other than Solomon and Sarr, I wouldn't care if a single one of those players left the club.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I genuinely, that's
where we are.
That's fair, isn't it? Let's be honest. I think people, I hear a lot about Lo Celso. And listen, I'm one of those. I always stand by it, and I'll say, listen, I don't. 45 minutes doesn't change anything for me. If I always say this, and I had this on my show, we had a massive debate with Danny and Barry. Much love to you guys on mine just before I came over here, and having the debate, the Ndombele debate, and everyone's saying, "Oh, he's got quality," and all this. Like the debate was about Harry Winks as well. Was quite interesting. It's basically the argument is: do you prefer hard work or do you prefer quality, but without hard work? For me, I want a bit of both. I don't want either. But
I agree. I think you've got to have both, haven't you? Otherwise, you end up with Ndombele with no hard work but quality, and someone like a Skippy for me who's not got the quality but got the hard work. Put the two together.
Got a good midfielder
player, ain't you?
Exactly, but I think the argument. So I was just sort of to jump in. But the argument I had was that he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be great with us. And I said, well, the sample size I have of Ndombele tells me it's not. So I said, for the argument, I always sit there and go, I will sit back and go, listen, he has to go and prove it, but not in 1, 2, or 3 games. He has to prove it over a month, 2 months, 3 months. Does that make sense? Like, this is a player that played 1 game last season. I don't care if he played it in a Napoli team that won the league. He hardly contributed. Do you know what I mean? He played 1 game, 190 minutes. So, yeah. And the same with Lo Celso, another one. I just think I've seen enough of him to go, he's not great. He's not the best in the world for me. But if he can prove me wrong, then I go, do you know what? Fair enough. Like, because, listen, let's be honest. It's going to take us a lot of money to go and replace enough quality there. If we've got someone that can come in and go, boom, there you go, new lease of life. Yeah, I'm all for that. People think that I've got an agenda. I go, listen, I want to be proven. I want Ndombele to come in and be the world-class elite player that we all think he is. But I'm one of those, and I think you're very similar to me in the sense of I don't give credit until credit's earned. People give him so much credit for not doing anything. Oh, he's amazing. He's got talent. Well, he hasn't shown it, has he? Does that make sense?
This is absolutely it, mate. I think we've got to show it. Just so I know, again, this Spurs Play app. Is anyone else watching it? And am I the only one where it says broadcast starting soon? I just want to make sure it's not me. Can anyone in the chat let me know? Look, let's have a look. 3 new members in the space of 10 minutes this morning. Kate, big up Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Please, if you haven't already, get over there and subscribe to Kate. Really good character is Kate. Really good to have on streams. So please get over there and subscribe to Kate. Thank you for becoming a member. As I've said to everyone, we will be doing channel member only shows and chats and watch-alongs from August. So please subscribe if you'd like to and become a member. Big up to Jim. Jim Spurs Till I Die. Big up to you as well. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all your support. And Kesh Singh as well has become a channel member. So big up to all of you. Thank you very much. And Oric Beats, yeah, absolutely. As I said, please get in touch with me. Donna Cullen is here. Said, hello, Mr. Savva. You are looking sharp today. I wouldn't quite say that. I was rushing about a bit this morning to be ready, so not quite sharp. But
you got 200 yen. I got 40 rupees earlier. I mean that literally equated to about 30p.
Listen, it's all good.
You're getting 200 yen.
It's all good. It's all good. Here's a question for people. Is anyone surprised that Papa Sarr, after his brilliant cameo the other night, isn't being given a go in that position that Højbjerg's taking up today? Equally, is anyone surprised? And when I say anyone, I'm asking you, Perchy, but obviously everyone in the chat can answer. Is anyone else surprised that maybe someone like an Alfie Devine is not being given a go on the right? Because Kulu, again, wasn't good. I mean, he keeps not being good and keeps being picked. I'll add a third bit onto this question, Perchy. Are we going to see again another manager that it doesn't matter what happens, the front three will pick itself no matter how bad they play?
Do you know what? I hope not. I'll be honest. Do you know what? I'm shocked Devine, unless he's had an injury or something, why he's not even on the bench. I mean, that worries me. Like, we need players like that. And you're right. And Sarr's a great example, by the way. Papa Sarr's a good example. What tells me that maybe Højbjerg isn't going? Because if the talk say he was going, he wouldn't be playing. Does that make sense? If there was an actual bid on paper for him, that's my theory. Because why would you start him if you believe that an offer is going to come in? And Sarr, I think Sarr deserved an opportunity today. But listen, we'll see him maybe in the second half.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? By the way, Callum Hudson-Odoi is in advanced negotiations with Lazio. So looking to go over to Lazio.
Gone to Italy now, hasn't it?
Another Chelsea player going out the door. They seem to have no problem getting rid of players.
It's mad, isn't it?
A good point you've made there. Why isn't, I mean, unless Alfie Devine is injured, I got to it. Don't worry. When people put this in chats, we never miss them. Yeah. We get to them. We see them sometimes.
Automatically starred. So
they get automatically starred there, so we can see them. Unless he is injured, it seems strange to me for pre-season. Again, if we're seeing, again, we're going to see, the likes of. God, my brain's gone completely blank on me there. We're going to see the likes again of Lo Celso. We're going to see the likes of Perisic, Tanganga, Dyer, Royal, Reguilon, but we can't see more of Alfie Devine. So I'm hoping, not in a bad way, I'm hoping it's injury.
Yeah.
That's kept him out.
It doesn't make sense why you wouldn't even have him on the bench because you're allowed 12 subs. So it wouldn't make any sense. So like it tells me that it has to have been an injury or a little bit of a niggle and they've not decided to play him because they did have a friendly the other day, didn't they? A training friendly where they did an 11v11 and I would like to have known the result to that game. So they did a first 11 against the sort of second 11 basically in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Peter, I mean, technically Lo Celso is decent. I mean, but technically, if we're going to go on technicalities show me that he's been rubbish for 4 years at Spurs. he needs to do a lot more for me than a 45-minute cameo for me to start talking about wanting to keep him at the football club. But ultimately, as people talked about yesterday, Perchy, me, you, every Spurs fan, YouTuber, pundit, we can all talk to a blue in the face. Postecoglou will make the decision on who plays, who stays, who goes, and who doesn't play. So it doesn't really matter. Leon Ellis says, Savva, think about this. Would you sell Kane to United and take Højlund instead? Perchy, would you?
I'll be honest, I haven't seen enough of this lad. It's mad, isn't it? Because I think it was you or someone else made a point. I mean, he only scored like 8 or so goals last season, but he's getting talks of fees of around 80, 90 million pound or whatever it is, 90 million euros maybe. I haven't seen enough of him to play to sit there and go, yeah, he's the one to get him. But then there's got to be a reason why. There's got to be a reason why that's the price tag that Man United want to pay for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this a lot the other day. No, it rolled over from last year. Apparently, I got Spurs play last summer for a couple of games at the end of the summer, and it's rolled over again, which is why I don't ever know if it's going to cut me off or not. So I don't know. Either that or they've taken the money out of my account without me knowing. But
sounds like Spurs, that.
It does sound like Spurs. I'll swallow that purely because of the fact of doing watchalongs. Without being able to watch the game would be pretty difficult. It's an odd one with Rasmus Højlund. We talked about this a lot the other day when I was on with Never a Foul. Nowadays, clubs don't seem to be buying for proven quality. What clubs are buying for is potential.
Yeah, agreed.
Back in the day, 50, 60, 70 million got you the finished article.
Yep.
Now it gets you, they might be good in a few years. Do you know what I mean? Like if you look at Mudryk, for example, they're talking about 50 million for Florian Balogun of Arsenal, who's had one good year in Ligue 1. Right?
Yeah.
You're looking at Højlund's got 8 goals in Serie A last year. But we're not talking about a bloke that blew the world away with 30 goals in 30 games. But there are so few strikers around the world that clubs are now overpaying. And clubs like Napoli are going, hang on, we know everyone needs a striker. Osman is 140 million. Yeah. Now, he's good. He's not 140 million good, but yeah, what do you make of that, Perchy?
No, I agree with you. I think you're right. And do you know what I think it is? I feel like now clubs go for these sort of, in air quotes, glamorous names. Because you sit back and go, you never see the sort of likes of, here's a good point. Mitrovic. I'm not sitting there saying he's better than this Højlund. I don't know. But players like a Mitrovic don't go to like a Man United. Does that make sense? No disrespect to Mitrovic. I think he's a great striker. But it seems all about this sort of style of a player now. Like it's all about that they want to get a youngster in that can play in a system base than going out and getting a striker that will go and win your games of football nowadays. The sort of dying art of you just go and buy a big striker and he goes and scores your 30 goals. I think Harry Kane's probably the last of the generation of him now, really. If you look, I mean, maybe you could put Haaland in the conversation as probably that, but if you use Haaland as the example, it's probably the only one that's sort of an out-and-out number 9. People will say Mbappe, but I mean, Mbappe's that sort of who play out on the left, he can play out on the right. Haaland seems to be the only under sort of 25, 26 sort of striker that you go, he's your number 9. He's going to get you 35 goals this season. We'll worry about everything else, and he's the one we get it to. I don't really see that anywhere else. Unless if someone in the chat can shout me a name, there's not many other strikers that go, he's guaranteeing 30 goals.
There's not. And by the way, big up to Lionel. He put this message saying, super chatted about my question. The question we've just answered was his question. And there is the super chat. Thank you so much. Much appreciated, Leon. Sorry, sometimes people in the chat, you've got to remember we're quite behind in the comment section. So we don't always do it at the same time that you put it in. We might not see it, but thank you. It's a really good question. Where are we? Yeah, so Spurs Play app hasn't started the live streaming yet. But I mean, I think it's really, really important as well now moving forward that Spurs have to keep pace with clubs doing this.
Agreed.
And, a lot of the time when we're linked with players, like I saw this with Van der Ven, and people going, oh, yeah, well, if I was Levy, I wouldn't pay 30 million euros either for a 22-year-old unknown. And you're like, well, first and foremost, 30 million euros in this day and age, by the way, football day and age, not normal human beings, 30 million is not a lot. It only seems to be Spurs fans that go, oh my God, 30 million, it's not a lot. Second of all, you're paying for that potential. You're paying for the Netherlands under-21 captain, by the way. He's the captain of the under-21s. He's got all the attributes you need. That's the sort of price you have to pay. You look at, Chelsea want Moises Caicedo. They're being held over a barrel for it. Brighton have every right to do that. They know Chelsea have got the money. You look at all of these players. The fees are extortionate. 105 million for Declan Rice. They're also extortionate that they're becoming not extortionate, and that's actually becoming the norm for a footballer. It's crazy. But Spurs, we've got to. I'm not saying, Perchy, that we spend 105 million. I'm not at all. But when we see players like Tapsoba at 50 million, Van de Ven at 30 million, surely we can go, yes, surely we can do that.
Well, you would expect that because, listen, let's be honest. Like, we need centre halves. And listen, I would understand it. Listen, I would understand it if we've got a back four that is stable, consistent, and everyone goes, that player, boom, that's our defending team. And then people go, well, we want to improve it. Let's go and we're going to buy Van de Ven to improve it. And then I can understand people's reservations to go, oh, I don't know if if we need to get a bit more quality than that. We need a settled back four. We haven't had a settled back four for how long? I can't, since Vertonghen and Alderweireld played for us. I mean, and them lot have gone a long time ago. Like, and for me, like at the moment, we need to be going in and getting the likes of Van de Ven, Tapsoba. They're the ones that were linked. And it just frustrates me because I see, I don't want to go back into it, but the sort of Aston Villa comparisons that seem that people completely miss the context of what we were saying, what me and you said about this was Aston Villa have got their first targets. Their target number one was Pau Torres. The target, their winger target was Diaby. Got both of them. Yeah. No worries. And they paid bigger fees than what we will have to pay for Van de Ven and Tapsoba. So it gets on my nerves because I sit back and go, and the irony is Villa don't necessarily are, what they're doing is they're improving their backline. They're not having to rebuild a backline. They're improving it. So Van de Ven and Tapsoba completely improve us. I think we all know in the chat, there's no one in our, there's no one in the chat that will sit there and say, oh, I don't want, you don't need Van de Ven. We don't need Tapsoba. I think every single one of us in the chat knows that we need these players. And I think this is the key part for me at the moment. This is the absolute crux of it. Why are other clubs looking above us, and you could even argue looking below us, getting business done quickly? All the money's in the Premier League, guys. I think, guys in the chat, I think you need to remember, all the money is in the Premier League. So when clubs like Wolfsburg and Bayer Leverkusen, as an example, if those teams will look at and go, no, we're not going to, no, why should we? We're doing this. This is on us. Why should we reduce our prices for Tottenham? Tottenham have got a wealth of money. The Premier League has a wealth of money. There's a reason why there's teams in the Premier League that have just got a mountain of wealth. Savva's had to go. He's on I think he's on the phone. But what I'm going to quickly do is I'm just going to go, and I can't see the chat because he'll be in charge of the. Oh no, I can. So ignore me. Who we got else in? Let's see. Let's see what people are saying. Anyone put your questions in? Yeah, NTK94. Your fan base overrated. Romero. Yep, agreed. I think he's massively overrated. He's not. He's good, but he's not amazing like everyone says. Yep, Bryce. Bang on. The Premier League is the Super League. I've been saying it for a year and now, over a year. The Premier League is the Super League. And yeah, guys, go over and subscribe to Kate. I believe Ben will put the link in the chat. Sorry, I have to use the thing on the right hand side because Savva obviously will normally pins it because he's the host. Yeah, exactly, Tigaro. Exactly. We need centre backs. We're crying out for them, but it feels like we never get things done properly. Hang on, I just got a message. Now I'm getting Sorry, 1 second. Apologies. Savva's gone on now. It's all getting a question. Where do you think was got open in the checkbook? NTK 94. Listen, it has to happen quickly. It has to happen quickly. Perchy, Romero is a walking red card every game from a Villa fan. He is. Listen, other fans see Romero. Other fans see Romero, but we don't. And that's the problem. Other fans see it. Other fans see it, but we don't at Spurs fans because we're cooped up and we all see it. Who else we got? Any other questions in there? We might as well fly through them. Are we the worst round football club in the league? Correct, we are. We're run terribly. I mean, listen, we're good at getting business deals and all that lot, but signing players, it feels like it takes a day and an age. Balpindar has said, Spurs signing centre back is like old school dial-up. Yeah, it takes forever. Who remember dial-up? God. All the noise. AOL. Who had AOL? Let me know in the chat if you had AOL, because that was what I had. That was awful. Q, game prediction. Listen, I don't mind. All I want to see us playing better like we did against West Ham. I want to see us improving. Keep going, building on that. That's what I want to see. Kate's gone, Perchy. It's because we have to bring in average players. So when we sign a World Cup winner like Romero, all of a sudden he's a world-class, a world beater. No, but that's the thing is I put. Do you know what I do? And this is a great point. People miss it. I put whatever players do at other clubs aside for when they come to Tottenham. Hugo Lloris won the World Cup. Doesn't mean I want him to stay at Tottenham. Romero's won the World Cup. Doesn't mean I sit there and think he's a world-class centre-half. I think he's a good centre-half that is really, really struggling. Yeah, Big Joe Trap. AOL was faster than the Tottenham transfer window. It is. It's annoying because it is exactly like last season. We got in a few players early. Everyone got excited. Oh, it's going to change. It's going to improve, and it doesn't. It never improves. What was it? Question from Philly. We have revenue streams other clubs like Villa, for example, don't have, like selling out NFL games, World Championship boxing. There are no excuses when it comes to penny pinching. No, but Philly, I agree with you. This is where I get irritated. I get absolutely irritated when I hear people go, oh, well, we have to do it. Because no, we don't. We need centre-backs. We're crying out for them. Why have we not got them? But yeah.
Apologies, Perchy. Thanks for doing that. So sorry. I had to. It was something to do with the YouTube copyright stuff going on, and just a pain in the backside at the moment. Listen, 237 of you in here at the moment. Hopefully you have all liked. I bet you haven't, but hopefully you have. We've got 94 likes. There is a super chat in the comments. Let me go to that. Oryx Beats again. Big up to you, sir. Thank you. Always a big supporter of the channel. Has said, guys, would you take Kingsley Coman plus 40 million for Kane? Coman is a class left winger and we can move Son to striker. I wouldn't say no to that.
No, I agree. I've said this a lot. I think at the moment, I think the best option we have at Tottenham, if Harry Kane goes, is not signing necessarily, going out and getting a striker if we can, but moving Son down the middle. Because I think if Son plays down the middle, he'll get 20 goals. I think that's fair. I think last season was poor. I think you'd expect him to go and get him 20 goals next season. And then what you're then looking for is another 20 goals elsewhere. Son scored 10 last season. Kane scored 30. So you're looking for 20 goals elsewhere. Coman goes and gets you 10. Maddison will probably get you 10.
Yeah.
Solomon will get you 5 or 6. So that way you start moving goals around. We're not going to be able to go and get a 30 goals season striker. It just won't happen.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. I think the key thing as well, I would take this Oryx beat. I think the person that wouldn't take this might be Kingsley Coman.
Yeah,
And I think sometimes, I'm not saying you here, but I think sometimes we have to appreciate that when we say, oh, we should just swap this player with that player might look at Tottenham and go, oh, that's a bit of a drop down from Bayern Munich. And as much as our fans seem to think that Kane is dropping down to go to Bayern for some reason, players don't tend to go from Bayern Munich to Tottenham Hotspur too often unless they're completely surplus to requirements. So we are nearing the game. We've got 21 minutes to go. I think today is really important for me, Perchy, that I just want to see the silly mistakes at the back cut out.
Yep.
We're not playing a team of world beaters. I haven't actually seen the Leicester City team. I'll find it in a second.
But if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, if you could read out the Leicester City team, or if you could present it or whatever, that would be brilliant.
I've got it on my phone. So in goal, they've got their new goalkeeper, Hermanson, Pereira, Face, the new signing Doyle. They've got on loan from Man City, Castagna, Harry Winks, Dewsbury Hall. Is it James McAteer? Casey McAteer. I think he's one of their academy lads. Dennis Pratt, Marcel Madavoya. I have butchered that guy's name. I do apologise to him.
That's all right.
And Kelechi Iheanacho.
Right. Okay. I mean, look, let's be fair. Nothing you've read there screams out that we shouldn't be winning. Of course, for me, winning isn't the important thing today. It's about how we play. But more than winning, more than how we play, I just want to see that we don't do anything silly.
Yeah.
Nothing silly like what happened in the second half. And what worries me is two of the players starting today were part of that. Ben Davies and Højbjerg. Do you think that this is now that the play? I mean, I know that some of these defenders aren't great, but I don't ever remember them being as poor as they've been in the last year, if I'm honest. I feel like they're getting worse. Do you think now this somewhat might be psychological with some of these players now that they know they're being looked to be moved on and they know what the fans say about them? Or are we just seeing that players will eventually show their true colours?
No, I think what it is, and I think it's a key one here, is it? I don't think players intentionally are bad. I don't think players intentionally go out there to be bad. I think when I hear people and I see a lot of people on YouTube stuff going, oh, blah, 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 blah. They want us, they're crap, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, they're not. They're professional football players. So I try and put that bit aside when everyone goes, oh, they're just crap. Like, I mean, yes, I mean, we're all emotive when we talk about it, but I sit back and go, well, they're Premier League football players. So they're not necessarily crap. But what it is I think what's happened at Tottenham is that the psychology changes every 5 minutes. 1 minute we're playing this setup because we're defending and we're playing pragmatic, dreary Conte football. Oh, we're playing under Nuno in this setup. We're playing under Pochettino, which is a totally different system.
Yeah.
What we don't do, which other football teams seem to do really well at, is moving stuff on. So, for example, we're now changing to a different style of football. So what do? We move these players on and we bring in players that fit the system. What we've got a combination of players that can't defend, but then we played a defensive system that never worked, stuck at it, which was boring, and it was just dreary to watch. I think we all know that. And we don't recycle well. We're terrible at it. We're one of the worst football clubs in the league for it. You look at the likes of Chelsea, in the space of one window, they've recouped 220 million quid.
Yeah, no, you're right. Big word. The recycling of the club, evolving, moving on. Yeah.
I think someone made a really good point. They put up the two, I think it might be you, put the picture up of the Tottenham team against Chelsea. Was it 2 or 3 years ago, whatever it was? There's 2 Chelsea players left in that. I think it was seven or eight Tottenham players.
It was recent. Well, if you looked at the overall squad, it was Reece James and Ben Chilwell were the only 2 left.
Yeah.
And when you looked at Spurs, I think only 2 had been sold or something.
Yeah.
The whole squad. So yeah, it is about recycling. And listen, I'm not expecting us to be like Chelsea, but no one's going to tell me that over the span of the last 5 or 6 years, we couldn't have got rid of Davis, Dyer, Sanchez, all of these players. I fail to believe it. Worst players move every summer. Worst players move. Just really, really quickly, this caught my attention. Villa 1982. I'm not going to answer it. Oh, you've done it. Apologies.
I've done a load of questions for you. I've tried to catch up to the questions. So yeah, I've already taken the Romero bullets already for you. I've been like the shield to protect you from the Romero abuse.
Yeah. Sorry, someone's saying the game might not go ahead. The ref is inspecting the pitch. Is this true?
I mean, the game's not even on my TV yet at the moment. I've still got it as I've still got the World Series of Poker right now at the moment.
I mean, if that's true, it's the most Spursy thing ever, isn't it? A pre-season.
Oh, you couldn't make it up, could you?
Out in a hot country and the game being taken off. But
I'll be honest. Normally, I would understand it. The club haven't put anything out, so normally the club would announce something if like that there's a problem. They haven't said it, but it is. I will agree. It does look like from the video they put about Vicario, it does look like it is absolutely hammering it down. I think it is hammering it down. So maybe.
Just so, oh my God. Can you imagine if that happened? I just like every YouTuber that's done live watch along is now suddenly going, what have we done here? What have we done here? Yeah, Ash Severed has said only Spurs will go to Thailand in monsoon season.
Well, I think it's because of Leicester, isn't it? That's the reason why we've got Leicester go over there every year because of their owners. So they have to do it every year.
Yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. I mean, look, I'm guessing we'll know in the next 15 minutes. Yeah, the long-haired Yeti's Cave. I mean, that's a great name. Has said, look at the positive, Savva. If the game is off, at least you don't lose. Some saying it might be delayed. That just means longer YouTube.
Yeah, Savva's looking at it going, ching, 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 ching. Get the ad. Everyone come in and get the ad revenue. The ad revenue.
Listen, you'll make people think that we earn loads, and we really, really, really don't.
No, really not.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I mean, look, I look at that team today, and on paper, again, I just feel you make a couple of changes there. Højbjerg out for a Paulinho type. I'm not saying Paulinho, I'm just saying a Paulinho type. Højbjerg out for him. Mickey van der Ven coming into that. Tapsoba coming into that. And then for me, I would have Mickey van der Ven the left, Tapsoba, Romero, and then whoever at right back. Or even Romero or Tapsoba shifting over, have a free, and then have a Doji on the left. I think it gives you options, and I think then we become a good team. Wow, the rain is mental. Wow. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you can see from the, I don't know, because I'm showing you a TV off of my phone.
Be careful, copyright.
Yeah, I'm like copyrighted by Spurs Play App. That would be the most
Spurs thing ever, by the way. To copyright a Spurs YouTuber.
That really, really would. It is absolutely hammering it down there. Absolutely hammering it down. I think from what I've seen there, I think it will be called off. I'm not an expert, but that looks.
I think we should put the 2008 Carling Cup final on and do a watch along of that, and then we can all celebrate winning a trophy together.
Yeah. Let's do that. Who wants to do a watch along of the last trophy Spurs won? I'd be copyrighted for that. I'd be copyrighted for it. Showing it.
We can watch it. We just say what we're watching. People can hear. We can pretend like it's live and just start going, "Oh my god! Oh my god! What game? Oh my
god!" By the way, Peter, when you say you lot play the Spurs play, I think one of the things you've got to understand is if we're going to do watch-alongs, it's really important to have the game and in real time. You know, the problem is when you get a dodgy stream and find it, it means that I'm 2 minutes behind and it's not really a watch-along. Everyone in the chat knows what's going on before I do. So, you know, lesser of evils. Yeah, absolutely. People saying it may be called off. Tigaro. Single parent theory, big up to you. Channel member said, if you bought in Tapsoba, Van der Ven, Tosin, Sangare and Luis, we could recoup that money by dropping off Tanganga, Sanchez, Højbjerg, Skip, Royal and Ndombele, etc. Look, I think that's the problem, isn't it? It's can we get rid of all of those players in one window? For me, this should have been done over the last 5 or 6. Can we get it all done in one? The problem is, again, Saigara, the problem for me here with this is you got some fans saying, right, we get rid of the likes of Ndombele and Skip and Højbjerg and Lo Celso. And then you got other fans who want to give all of these players a chance, but then wonder where the money's going to come from to buy new players. You know, like I watched Chelsea last night. It was unrecognisable in terms of their squad. They brought on young players like Santos. Sorry, Santos played. They brought on young players like Angelos, Cassady from Italy, who was excellent. If anyone watched it, he was absolutely brilliant. They brought on a young centre half called Bashir Humphreys. They played Male Gusto at right. You know, when you look and you think they're unrecognisable from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
they're completely unrecognisable. And whilst it's a bit of transition, and whilst Chelsea didn't win anything, as a fan, you must be quite excited, right, that you've got new players to watch, Perchy, all the time.
Agreed. And listen, I would be excited. All these people that are saying to me, "Oh, Chelsea are going to be like they are last," no, they're not. And when everyone laughed at me when I was on stream with you on the football throwdown and stuff, and we said, and I said Chelsea are going to finish fourth, and everyone went, "What, fourth?" I went, Chelsea will be comfortably in the top four. I'm going to say, Nkunku is an absolute steal. What a football player! Listen, he is going to be a gem. He's going to be one of those. The only way he leaves Chelsea now is if Real Madrid want him, and then they go and pay 130, 140 million quid for him. He's an absolute football player. And you're right, they're unrecognisable. But what they've done, Chelsea, is the game is off. Is that confirmed?
Is that confirmed? Are we confirming that the game is off, or is this?
I'm going to look. I'm doing. Let's have a look. Nothing's been said by the club. The club have not said anything yet. So Spurs haven't.
Only Spurs. Only Spurs.
See, amazing, isn't it? I think they should all play anyway. I think just to see how it goes, it'll be funny. Ball getting stuck in, or they have to go and like swim it and do like. They should just play in polo or something, water polo. But
it doesn't look good.
So you go, mate.
Yeah, so I was going to say, like, so when I watched them yesterday, by the way, Brighton brought on a few youngsters I'd never heard of that look really good as well. But when I watched Chelsea yesterday, you could see definitely where they need more players. Absolutely. I can see where they need more players in the likes of Caicedo and that. But again, I watched, it was a very young midfield. You know, they had Chukwuemeka, Santos, and Gallagher. But again, lots of legs. Yeah, Chukwuemeka is a very good player, by the way.
I said that to my Chelsea mates I've got. I said, you've signed a good player there. I said, give it a couple of years, he'll be your mainstay there. And listen, and do you know what? Remember when me and you had this conversation about Pochettino going to Chelsea and everyone's going, nah, it'll be rubbish. I said, trust me, he is the exact manager. Because what they'll do is they'll do for him what Spurs never did. Will improve with youngsters, bring in young talent. He'll push through the likes of Levi Colwill. He'll give him chances.
He will.
They're saying they don't want to sell him for obvious reasons. Yeah, he played, didn't he?
Yeah, Levi Colwill played last night. I'm just checking to see if I can find anything concrete.
Club haven't said anything yet, so nothing on the club front that it's been cancelled.
World Club friendly. Where are we? I'm not seeing that it's been cancelled anywhere.
My app saying it's still on, and the Spurs haven't said anything. So at the moment, from what I've been, so Savva, nobody checked the weather forecast. Then, sure, there's not a sports or in the arena to play. Everyone go move inside and play now, guys.
Just quickly, Jamie Allen. Yeah, I thought I was really impressed with Brighton. Really impressed. Obviously, no McAllister in there, no Caicedo. They looked like a team, Jamie, that you had seen have played together for a while. They looked like a team that have had an ethos and a strategy running through the club.
First goal they scored, by the way, the first goal,
lovely.
Goal that was
really nice goal.
Well played. I tell you what, it's incredible, isn't it? You know, when everyone talks about strikers and stuff, no one would have a Danny Welbeck at Tottenham.
No, absolutely. I tell you what, Pedro in the second, like Raf said, Pedro looked excellent when he came on. He looked really, really good. He looked sharp. They bought on a winger called, is it Undinga? Whoever he was. He was on loan last year at Union St. Gillois. He looked really, really good. But again, Chelsea, Cassady looked really good. Mudryk looked good when he came on. Nico Jackson scored one, assisted one. He looked lively. I think he'll get them playing. I truly do. I think they need to do some work, but I think he'll get them playing. I did see a comment that I thought I don't quite agree with. TS said, equally, I guarantee you that teams will be frightened about Tottenham this year, despite the back of centre-back for the moment. This is a very dangerous and daunting system. I think it's dangerous and daunting if you've got the centre-backs in. Yeah, I truly believe, TS, that people will love playing Spurs, playing this system if we don't sort out the back line. People will carve through us at will if we do not sort out this back line.
No, Savva, you're spot on. I think the key bit here is people will go, we'll get a couple of goals against Spurs here. We'll get what teams like Brighton, Brentford, Villa, and all the top teams, of course, will look at us and go, we'll get a goal for this. We can get goals in this game because they'll be so high up. We'll be pressing high, all that lot. What I think we're going to end up being is we're going to have to outscore other teams now. I feel like next season, if we stay how we are, we're going to have to go out there and outscore players. So it's going to have to be we're going to have to win 4-3 now. Instead of winning 1-0 under Conte.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, people, we're still looking to see whether or not it's going to be whether or not the game's going to be called off. It hasn't even started. Just quickly, a couple of comments. Super chat here from Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Thanks, Kate. Said, congratulations, Savva, on 7,500 subs. Yeah, we smashed 7,500 last night. So we are on our road to 8,000, then 10,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Equally, please like the show. We're trying our best for you. It could be a delay, but we are trying our best for you. And only half of you have liked. It does look really, I'll show you anyway. I don't care. They can copyright me for whatever. I don't know if you can see how wet it is. Can you see that on the floor?
Yeah, but the fact that they're on the pitch tells me it's not been called off then. That tells me.
Well, it's absolutely crazy. What I would say, just really quickly, sorry, this comment, let me answer. Bryce has said, how comes we never see your other dog? Obviously, you always see Stewie, the pug. Stewie is very much a needy dog. If you're in the house, he needs to be near you, by your feet, sitting up here. Frank, the Frenchie, is a little bit more arrogant, doesn't need me, and will just go and sit on the sofa or play with his football or do whatever he wants to do. So you will see Frank every now and then, but he's not as needy as Stewie, I'm afraid. Sorry, mate, you were saying?
No, I was just sort of saying when we were sort of going through it and just I've forgotten what I was saying actually. No, but I just think at the moment, I think what I was saying when I was saying about us going forward and stuff is it's all about us. We're going to have to outscore teams with, for example, if we had a comfortable defense, you go, do you know what? I feel we're going to get a clean sheet today. I feel like we're going to win a game of football because I feel like we'll outscore teams in that sense. But at the moment, I don't see that. I think we concede 3 or 4 goals a game if we play the way we are. If you play against the big boys, they are going to exploit us. They will.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing. I think that really, really is the key thing. Look, we can, and yeah, Wayne Holland, I agree with you. Yeah, look, for me, the result doesn't matter. Listen, whether, listen, what we don't want to be doing is, no offense to you, we don't want to be losing to Leicester City. If I'm brutally honest, you don't want to be losing. But for me, what's more important is the way we play, the way we defend, the way we press. But you're right, Perchy. Look, that I don't make TS wrong in his assessment that people will fear us going forward, but they will know they can pick us off at will. And other teams that play that pressing kind of style have that reassurance at the back that they're not open and that their centre backs have got pace and can defend and can fend off counter attacks. Jim, big up to Jim, new channel member, said Savva and Perchy, the centre backs are coming. We cannot start the season with the same centre backs. It won't happen. I think we will get the centre backs, Perchy.
I do.
I agree. I've always thought we will. It's just a shame that they're not here yet.
No, I agree with you. I think we will get them in. I just think you're my assessment was the centre halves had to come in before pre-season. And the thing, and I said this to you, and I said the point why I said it is people go, oh yeah, but they're defenders, they'll come in and then they'll improve us. Blah, blah. It's not Football Manager, it's not FIFA. What I want is centre halves on the plane, learning their teammates, befriending their teammates, coming in. You got to bear in mind, they're flying to us. They flew to Australia. What's that from the UK? Is that what? Is that 11-hour flight? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
It's a long flight from UK to Australia. So my point being is that's time for these players to start gelling together, making friends. These are new lads that are going to want to get their initiations. Like when James Maddison came out and he said he sung "I'm Yours" by Jason Mraz. It's all fun and games. It's all joke, but I would like that. That's what I like seeing. I like seeing new players integrate into a team.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. Working as one. What you don't want, yes, we might sign them. We could sign them the week after we played against Barcelona.
Yeah.
Great. But they're coming in right on the back of a few days until we start the campaign. They're walking in the door.
They should be playing centre-back together today for me. Van der Ven and Tapsoba, they should be playing today. They've just shown a wide camera shot of the stadium. It is absolutely torrential. I don't think this is going to go ahead. This is absolutely torrential rain. It's actually nice in South London. They should come and play the game in my back garden. Just let's go through a few comments. Just rattle through.
Yeah, go for it.
Rattle through a few. That's not easy to say. Paul has said, is De Zerbi a brilliant coach, or does Brighton's flawless recruitment make it easy to manage them? Potter looked elite too. Look, I think anybody that watched De Zerbi football in Italy will tell you that De Zerbi did the same there. De Zerbi's an excellent coach. And the thing is as well, I think he's taken Brighton on another level. So I'm not knocking Potter. Potter done a really good job, but I think De Zerbi's put the cutting edge into their forward attacking play.
I think what De Zerbi done, what he's done better than Potter. Under Graham Potter, one thing Brighton were lacking in is goals. De Zerbi's come in and he's transformed. Oh my! Now I've seen the pictures. It's just changed over for me, and now it's gone on to it. Oh my! It looks like it has stopped raining from these camera shots, but it is absolutely torrential. But yeah, no. So what I was saying though was that what De Zerbi's done is he's found a way to go and get more goals out of them. He got goals out of the likes of Danny Welbeck, Matoma, McAllister when he was there. So more players started chipping in with more goals, and they were scoring a lot more. That's what De Zerbi did when he came in. Brighton, when he was under Potter, he was done well. He made them compact. He made them not able to. He made them hard to beat. And then they chipped in with a handful of goals, but De Zerbi's gone in and just transformed him, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree with you. I really think that he's a top manager. I don't think he'll be at Brighton for too long.
I don't. I think when the next sort of elite football club, do you know where I could see him going? What I could see next, he'd end up going to Juventus or somewhere. I could see him going to somewhere like a Juventus, go back to Italy, but go to the sort of top echelons. Maybe an AC Milan, Inter Milan. But yeah, no. I'm shocked that that Napoli didn't want to get him. Because obviously they got rid of Spalletti and I think they've replaced him with Jose Enrique. I could be wrong.
I think Luis Enrique's gone to PSG, hasn't he?
I'm not
sure who's gone to Spalletti.
Who replaced... If someone in the chat will remind me, who replaced Spalletti? Someone will... but my point being is I could see him going, but then I could see him... Do you know what I could see him? I could see him going most places, you know. Most teams in world football would have a De Zerbi in a few years' time.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think, guys and girls, we'll try to do our best to keep some entertainment coming for your way. Lots of people saying they think the game's actually being delayed.
Yeah, it looks like it's been delayed. It hasn't been called off.
It hasn't been called off. So as long as it's stopped raining, I suppose they can go and do some work on the pitch to make it manageable. In the meantime, Perchy, I'm just going to quickly rattle through without answering some of these.
Someone's got Rudy Garcia. Sorry, thank you. That's the one.
Sonic Pelican has said Vicario will need to get the swimming cap and goggles on. Bryce has said Frank the Tank. Honestly, if you see my little Frankie, he is a bit of a tank. I don't know. Is he up here? Is Frank up here? She's ignoring me. Bring on Stewie. Stewie would not be a good centre half. He's very much a ball watcher. He would just he wouldn't mark his man very well. He'd lose concentration. Ben has made a good point. It said most important that players cannot get injured over a pre-season game. If the pitch is shoddy, they cannot play. Yeah, they'll make the right decision. Joshua said Romero is going to love this waterlogged pitch. Slide tackles everywhere.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be waterlogged for Romero to want a slide tackle, my friend.
It's slide tackle on concrete if he could, that man.
Who's News has said, depends if you score the first goal, that changes the psychology of the game. Then it's how quickly you can get to 3-0. Then you can play more possession-based football. Who's News? That doesn't change how bad our defence is.
Yeah, we have to stop ourselves from conceding on those points.
No one has 90% possession in a game. There are going to be times when teams attack, and if teams attack this back four, they will score goals. I like the optimism from people, but I think if anything we've learned in the last 5 years, it's that these defenders aren't very good. Yeah, you keep playing them, you will keep conceding goals. Sav, I love this account. Sav Dog Woof Woof said, let's pretend the Spursiest thing happens and we get no centre backs. Would you prefer to partner Romero? Would you prefer to partner Romero with
Dyer, Tanganga, Højbjerg
to centre back, just like we did with? I'm sorry, there's a lot to take in there.
Who would be your partner next to Romero next season if we didn't sign a centre half?
Oh God, it's an awful thing to think about. Alfie Dorrington. It can't be worse. But I definitely do not want Højbjerg at centre half. Oh, good God, no. We need someone in there that can head. We need someone in there that's quick across the ground. This guy isn't quick across the ground. Big Joe has said, can they just call it off so I can continue with my day? Hey, I want to see us play, but only if the pitch is right. Jim, big up. It's a Savva. Have it on the TV. I'll keep you updated. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys hear anything before us, let us know.
My app's changed it to 12:05, which is now it's now past 12:05 for kickoff. So I think that was a bit presumptuous to change it to that.
Yeah, I think this is the worry, Greco Christos, isn't it? That even if we were 3-0 up at half time, I don't trust Spurs to ever put in a 90-minute performance where we see it out. Jim has said, Savva, you're so kind. The defender's not very good. They're absolute dog. Yeah, listen, I was being generous. For that. Jake Beer said, I've changed my mind on Tapsoba VDV. Let's buy Scalvoni for left centre-back and Phillips as Romero's understudy. Plan for the future. Why would we suddenly change our mind on Tapsoba and Van der Ven when they're our first choices?
That's the key point here, isn't it? It's all about why do we want to change this in? I like this Scalvini. I think he's meant to be very good. But listen, we had our two choices. Why can't we get them? It's like it's just boring. Like, yeah. One thing I did want to ask you, mate, is the Spurs this thing that the Spurs Twitter page hasn't even informed fans it's been delayed. That's concern. Like you would have thought someone would come out and say, well, look, there's an issue at the moment with the pitch. It's pouring down. Nothing is kind of the last thing that the Spurs put out was 26 minutes ago with Vicario warming up. It's like only Tottenham, isn't it? It's only Tottenham.
Yeah.
Adam 3804 guy, where is the game on TV? If you've got a Fire Stick, it's on CBS Sports. If you've got one of those, if not, it's on Spurs Play. If you need that, or if you sign up to Leicester, you can watch it on Leicester's one.
I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Games on ESP, Water Sports Channel. Morning to Phil P. Human has said 22-hour flight from London to Australia, valuable bonding time time lost for potential new centre back. Big up, guys.
Bang on.
And just a girl who loves Spurs, Kate has said, what players do we bring in for it to be a successful window? Perchy, I'm going to leave you. Can I leave you for 5 minutes? I'm sorry, man. I've got to sort this out. I'll leave 5 minutes to go with that. All right, I'll be back in 5.
I'll answer this and answer any other questions. That's fine. Yeah. What players do we need to bring in for it to be a successful window? Van der Ven, Tapsoba. Heck, I would even say a number 6, but I wouldn't be against it if we didn't. If we got 2 centre halves in, I'll be honest, I'll be happy. That'll be a good window. If there's any other questions, I will ask it around. Yeah, Danny, exactly. And so Cody as well uses that software. So, guys, Savva's gone in. If people can subscribe to me, that would be incredible. I'm pushing. I've set a target, guys. I want to let you guys know here on Savva's channel. I've set a target to get to 2,000 subscribers before the first game of the season against Brentford. If we get there, I will be buying somebody at random a match ticket to whatever game they want to go to, whichever Tottenham game they want to go to and stuff. I will sort out their match ticket. So, guys, obviously, but you have to get me to 2,000 subscribers. I'm at 1,324. So if you can see that in the camera, if that will work. Oh, I've pressed on stuff. If you can see that, yeah, I'm on 1,324. So if we can get to 2,000, that is it. And exactly, Ben, El Beggio. Exactly. I'm not nicking subs. It's just spreading love, but I'm just pushing. I want to get to 2K before the start of the season. Will be amazing. But that's thanks. Any questions? While Savva's not here. Anyone got any questions? Put a Q next to it. Perchy, will you also pay for my plane ticket from? No, I'm not gonna buy. I will not buy you a flight ticket from Yokohama. What I'll do is I'll buy you a kit if you want. How about that? That's fair. Yeah, big up, Jim. Thank you. I try my best to be as level-headed and say it how it is. Much, yeah, exactly. Hashtag sub to Perchy. Big up. Thank you so much, man. Much love. I know you do, Raf. Big up to you, mate. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Have I missed any? Because it's hard because I can't pin them. So if there's any questions, ask. Anyone want to ask me a question about me? Yeah, go on. Go and subscribe to the coffee company as well. Do all that, of course. We're waiting on any news. When is the kickoff from Ayush? You know as much as I do. It was meant to have kicked off 11 minutes ago. We should have been 2-0 up right now, but we're not. They still haven't confirmed it, and the club haven't said anything. Big up to the 4 subscribers or 5 subscribers. Much love to you guys. Thank you. I'm just going to go and do a bit of a check on the Twitter page if the club have said anything, because they haven't at the moment. No, nothing from the club, by the way. The club have said nothing on their Twitter page. Actually, questions? Any questions? Questions? Kickoff one. Done that one. Oh, Freddie SP. What's your favorite food? Good question. I like that one. I am a bit of a foodie. I like food from all over. I like cooking myself, but I'm a big fan of sort of Asian foods. I love food, really. I'll be honest, I love all sorts of food. It all depends on what feeling I am, but I love cooking myself. I do a lot of Oriental cooking as well myself. I'm a big foodie at heart. Yep, you heard it. Go and sub. Josh Herbert, Perchy, what do you like doing outside of watching football? I try and go to the gym. I need to go back a bit more to the gym and stuff. I live out in Spain, so I like wandering around, checking out the city and stuff. The city's beautiful. The city is beautiful. What have you called off due to the question? What have I called off during the weather because of the weather? Oh, good question. Have I done anything that I was meant to call off? No, do you know what, Phil? I have the British spirit. If it's raining, you still go for it. Whatever the weather, you carry on. That is the rules. I'm probably, if it's a barbecue and it is thunderstorming, I will continue the barbecue. Rule 101. I'm a proper Brit and I will follow that through. Big up. Long hair Jetty, did you lose a bet to have to wear that t-shirt? This is the Arsenal kit. No. The bet is with Mr. Box Office that Alex thinks that Postecoglou will be sacked before the end of the season. There's a video out if you want to go watch it. The video is on my channel. I've said that no, Postecoglou will be here at the end of the season. He can wear the Arsenal shirt. He will, because Alex is San Marino. Big up Alex. He's San Marino. He's a free win every time. But I love him. I love Alex. I only say that to him because I genuinely he's a lovely bloke. But I will always beat him in an argument. Liam has said, what are your thoughts on Højbjerg starting over Sarr? Listen, I would have liked Pape Sarr starting. I like him. I'm one of those. I can see something in him. My channel has now turned off the football. They've now put something on else over it. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, I like him. I think Højbjerg's very, very limited. I think Sarr's got something about him. Dan Hammett, what is your favourite Tottenham memory? I'm going to take that as in live watching it. I think the best moment for me watching a game live, I'll say it live, Dan. I'll use it as your caveat, was Spurs in the quarterfinals against Manchester City. Just because of the emotion changes, was just a click of a finger. At 1 minute, it was, oh my God, like we're out, Sterling has scored. And then the VAR screen, and it was pandemonium. It was one of the most mental games of football I've ever watched. It was 3-2 at 20 minutes into the game. It was crazy. I'm going to go with that. Villa 1982. What do you make of Moussa Diaby for Villa? And absolutely buzzing with this. I think that is an absolute cracking signing. I'm not having it from anyone else saying that that's not a good signing. I think that's a brilliant signing. Moussa Diaby, brilliant signing. Philly, personally, I don't want a match ticket. That's the booby price for me. Yeah, Philly, you know what I mean? I'll figure something out, whatever people want, just within reason. I'm not made of money. But I want to get to 2K subs as quick as I can. That's the aim. Aim is to get to 2K. We're now at 1,328. So massive shout out to the 5 of you that sub. Can we get that a bit up a little bit more? It'd be awesome. I'll keep asking you questions while Savva's sorting out his stuff. Daichi Kamada's floating around for free. Pull the trigger or no? I like him. Another one from Frankfurt. He's on a free now. He's at a contract, but I heard that he's turned Tottenham down already. So yeah, I would have him. Sachiv Verma. Spurs being Spursy because of the rain. Yeah, listen, just give us an understanding. Tell us what's going on at the club. It's mental. This is Tottenham all over, by the way. They don't tell us about anything. Like, let's have a look. Have they actually tweeted yet anything about us? About this? Nothing still. Nothing from the club. Nothing. It's a shambles. Let us know what is going on. Yes, please. Subscribe our power hungry mod. Yeah, go and subscribe to Ben. Go on. Much love to Ben. He helps all the channels, all the Spurs YouTubers out. Ben is in there moderating and making sure everyone sticks in line and talks about football. It's what we're here for, isn't it? It's just football. Perchy, the way we're talking on Spurs player, the way they're talking on Spurs play, I think it's going ahead. I mean, I would assume so. I think that they would have announced if it wasn't happening now. I would have thought so. Yeah, the kickoff delays are Spurs. Can we go and sign someone now whilst it's delayed? That would be lovely from Tottenham. Go and be proactive. Go and sign someone whilst the game's delayed and let him start. That would be good. Question. So far, who do you think has been up? Who do you think has had the best transfer window? Oh, that's a good question. Who's had the best transfer window already? You could argue Arsenal. Arsenal had a good window. I think they're still a couple short, but I think they started well. Villa have had a very good window. I think what Villa have done is they've just improved exponentially in areas. Diaby's been a good signing. Torres. Man United have gotten a goalkeeper, but they've just gone light for light. They've got rid of De Gea. They've got him one. I'm not sure. I'm going to go Villa. I'll give it because there's Villa fan in the chat. Big up to you. Yeah, I'm going to go Villa. I like Villa. Big up Luan. We're getting Mbappe. No, we're not. Simple. You like cooking? Long Edge, you like cooking yourself? Yeah, I'm a big foodie. Over there is my kitchen, and it is a wash of loads of. I love mason jars, so I have mason jars filled of all sorts of spices from around the world, different like peppercorns. I have specific jars for specific peppercorns. The one thing outside of Tottenham is I'm a massive foodie. I love cooking. I've got a shelf full of cookbooks. That is, if we're talking about me and passions, that is one of my passions is cooking after Tottenham. I also love the F1, which at the moment, if the Spurs game gets delayed any longer, I'm going to miss the start of that, which would be painful. What channel from Sabir? What channel? It's on CBS if you're in America. If not, go and watch it on Leicester's thing, doing it for free. Mbappe is up for sale. Will the hacks put links with Spurs? Yeah, it's boring. We're not getting him. Perchy's beef rendang. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that the I think that's a Thai dish, I want to say. Lovely, big up. Perchy, why are you so surprised the club hasn't said anything about the game? We're Spurs, it hasn't been called off yet though. Now I'm not surprised, Q7. I'm not surprised whatsoever. What I am though is I'm I'm just annoyed. I'm just like, come on. All you have to do is put out a little tweet to just say, oh, there we go. They have, just as I said that, they've done it. Please note the match has been delayed by a waterlogged pitch. There will be a review of the pitch at 5:25. So in 6 minutes, time for a decision to be made. So in about 5 minutes, we will know if the game is going to be happening or not. American football, yeah. Big up Savva, blah, blah. Yeah, Savva's over there. He's over there. Over there, sorting himself out. Oh yeah, the VAR one's achieved. That's one I like. Yeah, I agree with that about that. Any other questions? It's achieved. Have you been to a Beyonce? Have you been to the Beyonce concert? So, no, I don't live in the UK. I don't live in the UK, Sachiv. I live in Spain. I live in Barcelona. So no, I haven't. I refuse to go unless one of like big artists that I like goes and plays there. It'll probably be the only time I'd go back there. But I've refused to go to the stadium. I refuse to put money into the coffers of the club until things start to change. And I see a plan of action of change. Jim has gone, Perchy, why do Spurs find it so hard to get rid of Deadwood and other clubs don't? I think the problem that we have at the moment at Spurs is we don't do things properly. We leave players for too long. Players, look at Chelsea. If you've had a bad season, you're gone. They're out of the door. We don't do that at Tottenham. It takes forever to get stuff done. Forever. Rob Davis, how do you get channels on the Fire Stick? Yeah, IPTVs and stuff like that, but yeah, all things like that. Villa for me, yeah, I agree. Villa have had a really good window. Get Koff to 400. Go and subscribe to the Koff. Why not? Anything else? Is there anything else happening with the club? Question: I see Sanchez, among others, is linked to Spartak Moscow. Does that not fall at full foul of sanctions? I'm confused about that. Can we sell to the likes of Spartak Moscow? And I think it was otherwise Dynamo Moscow or something like that. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know. But I would be intrigued to see. Maybe what will end up happening, we rip his contract up and then he goes there. Maybe that's what happens. Yeah, Ben, I'm sticking the F1 on. It's not on just yet, Ben. I think the F1 starts at kickoff. The race starts at 2, which is in an hour and a half. Well, 2.5 hours. So realistically, we need the football to finish so I can go and watch the F1. Be good. Ace has gone, when's the match starting? They message, so in 4 minutes' time, they're going to do another review of the pitch to question if it's going to happen or not. Something else has come up. Yeah, so it's a waterlogged pitch. So they're going to check it in a second, in a bit. These were a few minutes ago. Yeah, Spurs have tweeted. How you got the game on? The game's not on mine screen. I've got it on CBS, so it's not on there. It's not on that one, but you can get it on Spurs Play. Perchy, has the game been called off? No, not just yet, but in about two or 3 minutes it will be. What, Perchy? Paul Kibbs and what, Perchy, you're in Spain. Yeah, I live in Barcelona. If you can see the beautiful Spanish sun at the moment, it's currently 30 degrees right now. It's lovely, lovely, lovely. Villa 1982. What do you make of the Women's VA Cup using VR? I haven't watched it, I'll be honest. Say what you want, I haven't watched it. I'll be honest, I'm not massively interested. But that's just me. Each to their own. Listen, fair play if you're watching it. Enjoy it. Hope good luck, England and Lionesses. Hope you go and win. Pitch inspection at 25 past the hour. Rain, yeah. Howard, let me know in the chat. Have you got your Spurs shirt yet? I got told by Barry that you weren't in when they initially arrived, so you might have got a little slip through the door. I hope you get that kit over to you, mate. Question: what's your top 5 predictions from Sachiv? Good question. Man City. I'm gonna go Liverpool. Then I'm gonna say Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United. I think it's gonna be that 5. That'll be my 5. What are we gonna say? Where can we watch the game? Yeah, I've done all that. Question: Pergy, how many Barca games have you been to? Tigara, don't go and watch Barcelona. Watch Espanyol. Stay there. I'll show you something. Oh. Apologies. I'm back. Yeah, Espanyol out there. Espanyol scarf. Espanyol Barcelona.
There you go, Perchy. Proof that the other one does exist.
See, welcome back, mate. Welcome back. We were having a great chat with the old stream. It's been good.
See, he's got zero interest in sticking around. He doesn't care.
He's looking. He's like, get me out of here.
Don't care, do you, mate? Just doesn't care. Look, he's just like, yeah, let me down, Dad. The pug loves it. Sorry about that. I've just had loads to sort out with YouTube there. So as far as I'm aware, there's a pitch inspection in a couple of minutes. Is that right?
1 minute. It should be in 1 minute. They're doing the pitch inspection.
I mean, only Spurs could put you through this. Only Spurs.
Only Spurs can take. Would have been 15 minutes after the game was meant to kick off to then put an announcement out. I mean, that is the most Tottenham thing ever, by the way.
Wow. I've just had an email back saying that they've made a mistake and they shouldn't have claimed. So good.
Naughty. Oh, it's just annoying because you've got to faff about, and especially because you've got loads of them. You've got loads to faff about with it. I'm still flying through the questions, by the way. We're up to
mate, go for it, mate.
Up to 11:21 is where we're up to. What's the next question that I've not got? I've done. Yeah, Tigaro, I'll watch Espanyol, not Barcelona. But I will be going to watch Barcelona Spurs in a few weeks' time, day after my birthday, which will be a laugh. Who else we got? Ben Kaufman has. Ben's gone with my dad and brother are testing, and was that? Amphicars. Oh, Amphicars. Will it sink or swim? Amphibious cars. Oh, I see. I get you. Wow. I thought they were like some craze that doesn't really happen, but they do. Oh yeah, but they do. I used to live in Windsor, and they had the old duck boat that used to go through the Thames.
Isn't it mad? There's 284 people here. There are probably 300 or 400 with Henry, 300 or 400 with Sean, however many with
Howard. Howard's announced the game is on. Is it Howard though? You've announced it. If it's not, you're in trouble. You do not want to be announcing that the game is on and then it doesn't happen now. I'm holding it to you. Ace has gone, are you a Tottenham fan? Unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Are you a Tottenham fan?
Yeah.
Alfie Divine is my answer to that question, Danny.
Yes.
The Frenchie, he is gorgeous, but he is also very much the ruler of the roost. This is his house. We just live here. Look, from the Spurs front, it's tough, isn't it? As a YouTuber, this is my worst nightmare when you're about to do a watch along and the game is delayed.
Yeah.
But look at the bright side, people, right? By now, we'd be 26 minutes into the game. We'd be 2-0 down. So we haven't conceded. Yet. Listen, thank you very much to everybody who has liked the show so far. We've got 174 likes. There's 316 of you in here. It's all a bit crazy today. Thank you to anybody who has subscribed today. We've had 6 people that have subscribed this morning. Thank you to those people.
I got 5 beautiful subscribers as well. Thank you, guys. It's so kind.
That's all you need in life. And guys and girls, look, there's 317 of you in here. Even if 20, 25, 30 of you went over and subscribed to Perchy's channel, it would be a massive support. We're all one community. Doesn't matter if we all agree all the time. We are one community, and we all share the same grief and pain stages of life by supporting Tottenham Hotspur. So smash that like button. We're chasing down 7,600 on mine. We're at 7,520 right now. If you would like to subscribe and haven't, please do. And if you would like to be a member, the membership is there, and we will be doing membership-only shows starting from August, which is just over a week away. Shafay Sajjad, big up to you. Always a big supporter of the channel. Has come in and said, this is just more time to get those centre-backs in.
Exactly, that's what I said. I said, whilst it's all delayed and stuff, go find the centre-halves, and by the time it's called back on, we can play.
Yeah, Ben, I'll send you, bear with me 1 second. Perchy, have you got the link? Could you possibly send that over so that I don't have to keep being away from my screen? Is that all right? Yeah, sorry, Ben, I'll get that sent over. Of course he does. Greco Crystal said on Twitter, and people who are there are posting videos, it's definitely going to be called off. The white lines aren't even staying on the pitch because the rain is so heavy. They keep repainting Goodbye, my friend. Sorry, that was to the wife. Goodbye, my friend. Yeah, look, it doesn't look great, but Phil P has just messaged me. Phil P, I'm going to read it out because you haven't said anything bad. Said, I still barbecue in the rain. Levy can't even get a kickabout sorted.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was Phil put the question in about me earlier and asked, said, is there anything I've ever cancelled? No, because I'm a Brit, proper Brit. If it's pouring down, it doesn't matter. The whole ends of the world could happen. A Brit will keep the barbecue running in any way possible. Like, if you're having a barbecue on a day and it pours down with rain, oh, he's off again. Yeah, someone's saying Man City are 1-0 down, by the way, against Yokohama. I'm just trying to check on that. Are we going to put the Man City game on? Is it? Oh, do you think it's on a channel? That'd be interesting. Does anyone know if it is? Does anyone know what channel it is on? I'll put that on whilst we're waiting. Oh gosh, now Savva's gone again. We might as well ask. Let's do some more questions. Ask Perchy. Let's go. So has it been called off? So hit me with it. Hashtag Ask Perchy. Give me a question. I want to hear some of your takes. The ball won't even bounce. Oh no. So Sean has delayed his watch along. He's cancelled his watch along. He's now doing an hour and a half an hour. Someone's saying that the ball won't even bounce on the pitch.
Sean's doing a what?
Well, no, I just got a notification saying that Spurs talk show is live in 30 minutes. I thought it was live about an hour ago.
Yeah. So did someone say that Man City are playing right now as well?
Yeah, I did, and they're losing 1-0 to Yokohama FC. But I don't know what channel it's on.
You watch until people go, yeah, told you they won't be as good this year. Told you they've lost it. They've lost it in the 31 minutes they've played since they won the treble. Yeah. They've lost it.
And then Watchalong got to win 7-1.
Man United, what have they put out? Walker, Akanji, Ake, Kovacic, Phillips, Stones and Palmer, McAtee, Grealish, Alvarez. Not a bad bench. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Laporte, Haaland, Foden, Ederson, Ruben Diaz, Kevin De Bruyne, João Cancelo, and of course, Scott Carson. That man is living the dream, by the way. Yeah. Scott Carson is living everybody's dream.
Oh, he is. He's just winning. Is he the first player to win the treble of the Champions League? Like, but from 3 different clubs? Or have I read that wrong?
2 different clubs.
He's won 2 Champions Leagues.
Yeah, that was it. It was 2, not 3. Yeah, but 2 different clubs. Yeah.
Mustafa, when you say that's a strong lineup, I mean, yeah, but not. It's not. It's their first preseason game. It's not really the Man City lineup, is it? Let's not kid ourselves.
And it's that usual comment, Savva. Don't judge Man City now. Judge them in February. When they start battering every single team in front of them 3-0, 3-0, 3-0, except for Tottenham, obviously.
But what people forget as well, when they say, it's a strong lineup, they're playing against teams. So bear in mind, the Japanese league is in the middle of it. This is in the middle of the Japanese league. So these are players. I remember we had it when we played against a team a few years back, and everyone went, oh my God, they're playing. I think we may have lost the game. Yeah. And I went, well, actually, hang on a minute, guys. This is a team in the middle of their football season.
Yeah.
This is a team in the middle of their
I'll never understand it, how fans in pre-season, like I saw like loads of Arsenal and Man United fans having a massive debate with each other after Arsenal lost 2-0 to Man U last night. You know, when you sit there and you think, this game has no bearing on anything either of your clubs are going to do in the Premier League. Like, it's a pre-season friendly where about 40 players were used. Like, but everyone gets so crazy. Big up to Daniel Muntenden, always a big supporter of the channel, has said, my favourite Tottenham content creators, Savva and Perchy. Actually, let me read that again, how it should read. My favourite Tottenham content creator, Savva. Thank you, Daniel. I really appreciate that.
That one hurt. Savva and Savva Jr.
Yeah. On a serious note, Daniel, thank you so much for that. That is much appreciated. Again, you're going to get a lot of this again. Rice had a stinker. You know what I mean? Like, listen, guys and girls, don't read so much into pre-season friendlies. It's fitness. I looked at the team that Man U put out, for example. It's not their best 11. Arsenal made loads of subs. It's just like, it is what it is. Anyone got any further news about us today?
I'm keeping an eye on it. Nothing yet. The club haven't said a thing that's
from watching Levy play, it is absolutely torrential there. You can just see on the outside where the running track is. You can see it, like how heavy it is just on there. That there is no way.
Yeah, there's still no update from either Leicester City or I'm going to go and try and find the Yokohama game against Man City. If I'm honest, I'm going to
watch the F1, except it's not on yet.
No, the F1 starts at 2.
We've got the Porsche Super Cup. And King has just won. Harry King has just won for BWT Lechner Racing.
Oh, I only want.
Big up to Harry King.
Harry Kane?
No, Harry King.
Oh,
big up to Harry King of BWT Sports. We love BWT at the coffee company. The best water filters in the world. Please
right. Let's get a little bit of relaxation now. So I've been here, there, and everywhere, waiting for the game to start. Disputes with YouTube. Oh my God, knackered.
You're having a good morning, mate. You're having a good morning. And Spurs are delaying it so you can watch the game, and then they're not doing all that during the game.
Right, let's relax.
People there soon. It's going to be bedtime.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, that stadium, by the way, has anyone actually seen it? That stadium is massive.
Yeah.
Right. Paul has said stop being measured and logical. This is pre-season. Sit here in the mud.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Look, I always take them for what they are. I say this every summer. I don't, for me, there's no correlation. Spurs could win all 5-6 pre-season games 10-0. That doesn't make me go into the season thinking we're going to win our first 5 or 6 games of the league 10-0. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like fitness, working on patterns of play. This is what I'm looking at. But people do get carried away, Ben, don't they, with it? They really do.
Yeah. It's like when Kuva keeps on saying that Kit Kats are a biscuit. People get carried away on absolutely everything. It's mental. It is absolutely mental. The world's gone mad. Manchester City are the best team in the last 10 years. As soon as it happens, February, all right, should we stop playing around now, boys? We've been messing about. Let's just beat every team 15 games in a row. Let's just do it.
I think this is the key thing for me with football fans. It's almost like, and this isn't Spurs fans, it's like all football fans never learn. We never learn. Like when I went on to, when I was on the football terrace last year and Arsenal were 11 points clear, and I literally sat there and said, Man City will win this league because Man City are better than you. Man City will go on a run of about 15, 20 games soon where they don't lose and they blow everyone away. And I was told, no, they're dead. Haven't you seen how they've played? And I kept saying to people, have you not understood Pep Guardiola for all these years? Have you not understood what his teams do? We'll get it again this year.
Arsenal fans need to learn a lesson in humility, in the words of what's his name. I was speaking with an Arsenal fan the other day on whether Arsenal would sell Thomas Partey, because if they sell Thomas Partey, their midfield is going to be Rice, Lokonga, and Jorginho. That is not good enough for Arsenal. And this person says, "Oh, and El Neni's a good footballer." So I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Have you not watched El Neni for the last 9 years? Are you mad?"
Yeah, it is mad. By the way, lots of people.
It's mad.
Lots of people WhatsApp me when I'm doing a show. Please don't WhatsApp me while I'm on a show. There's so much going on. I'm trying to get a stream. I'm trying to do super chats. I'm trying to look at comments and people are messaging me stuff. Where are we? Yeah, Man City are 2-0 down. Oh no. I'm sure all Man City fans.
Get Pep out. I want Pep as
far out. Get Pep out trending.
Get Pep out trending.
Yeah, all Man City fans.
I love Guardiola's football, but the day he leaves Manchester City, it will just be a sigh of relief for every football team in the top 10. We might actually start winning some games again because he's just that good.
Yeah, but I think that's what a De Zerbi's being primed for. I think that's what that type of manager is for. I even think Postecoglou, the way he plays, I think, look, Pep's the master at it, right? But I truly believe that other managers now are all starting to adapt that philosophy in some way, shape, or form. And this is why I think managers like Conte struggle.
Yeah.
I think they really struggle because they don't bring that new way of playing. And listen, it's fine. If you get away with it, it's fine. But most clubs don't.
Yeah. Fabrizio Romano news, if we want to, we're trying to plug in some time. Here we go. We've got announced that former Watford winger Ismail Assar is joining Marseille on a permanent deal till 2028. Hashtag here we go.
Assar's a good player.
I like him.
Yeah. There's
Marseille doing some moves. They've signed the Aubameyang. They've got Sarr. With PSG wobbling because of the Mbappe situation, maybe Marseille might be able to just take it this year. You never know. There's a cloud over that club.
I mean, there's a cloud over our stadium at the moment that we're playing against, and that's the reason why we can't play.
Yeah. I mean, look, they have. I think they've made some sensible signings for once, PSG, though. I think they've gone and made some signings which aren't necessarily the big, massive names, but are much better for them, which is what I think they've needed to do. But you're right, the Mbappe thing hanging over them. Look, I mean, what's it going to cost to get Mbappe? They've said he's up for sale. In your mind, guys, does that automatically bring the price down from maybe 150 to 100 so that he goes in 1 year? Is that what they've done?
I mean, apparently, apparently they have to sell Mbappe, otherwise they will be in big trouble with FFP. I think that's why they have to sell him.
Yeah,
I think so. That's why they're desperately trying to get him out the door, because if it's one of those things. No one's going to pay 150 million for Mbappe now because they know he wants out, and City and PSG are desperate to get a fee. It's whoever puts that money up. Who's going to put that money up for Mbappe? I mean, City could realistically. Imagine City bought Mbappe and had Mbappe in Haaland. We just give up. Let's just give them the title already.
Lots of reports that the players are coming out onto the pitch now. By the way, Man City have scored one. So get your season tickets back if you're a Man City fan. Man City, they're back. They're back in contention. The game, hang on. So the players are coming out, and then the next thing is game postponed, game is off, match cancelled. How are the players coming out if they were...
game over.
Well, there's some players coming out onto the pitch.
Yeah, today's friendly against Leicester has been cancelled due to waterlogged pitch, adverse weather conditions. The event organised based on a recommendation from the match officials deemed to the pitch at the Raj Mangala National Stadium unplayable and unsafe due to heavy rainfall in Bangkok. Yeah. That's the official toe of the line from the club. Oh, that's annoying. I wanted to see Harry Winks.
The Harry Winks derby. That's a shame.
The Harry Winks James Maddison derby.
The Wade Holland derby, I'm calling it.
I've just put the Man City game on through the link you've sent.
Yep.
And I think I'm about to see the goal because it's 2-0 down.
Yeah, I'm at 2-0 as well.
They're 2-0 down. They got the ball, and of course it freezes at the moment that they're about to have a shot. I tell you what, it's the cure and the cause, isn't it? Live streaming and that kind of thing, but it can be so frustrating. Look, people, the game is off. The game is off. Look, I mean, we can stay on for another half an hour or so. We can chat some football if you want, guys. But the game is off. Do you know what? We've had it so hard as Spurs fans. Let's just put it down, chalk it down as a win. Let's chalk it down as a win.
Kept a clean sheet.
It's so funny. We've been having to watch terrible football for 5 years, but now we've got decent football. Every game is being called off. No good football for you.
Oh, and Man City have just hit the bar as well. 2-1 down. Good cross in, whoever that was. And Nathan Ake at the back post just hit the bar. Yeah, so guys and girls, look, unfortunately, we can't bring you any live action after an hour and 42 minutes of waiting for this game to start. It looks 2-2.
Like... It's 2-2 now. That's a Man City back.
Who
would have thought it?
They're in the mud.
Do you know what? For the 3 minutes I've been watching this Man City game, the other team haven't touched the football.
Yeah, I know.
Man City are back. Don't worry, everyone. They're going to win the league again. And Arsenal are getting relegated because they lost to Man United.
Yay!
But honestly, if anyone gets the chance, watch the friendly last night from Brighton and Chelsea. It was a really, really good game of football. It really was. It really was a good game of football. Very different styles. You could definitely see that Poch is working on Chelsea, keeping the ball, retaining possession. Brighton played exactly the way they played last season. I still think Brighton need a little bit more in depth. I still think they need a little bit more in depth, but it is what it is. Then Barcelona Juventus was cancelled last night. That stream purchase sent now says log in to continue.
Oh,
never mind.
Don't. Mine still works.
No, that's right.
If you saw that the 2-2, the second goal, it's one of the worst bit of goalkeepings I've ever seen. By the way, it's it's shambles. If you refresh it, it seems to work. By the way, when it does that.
Yeah. It's such a shame. I was really looking forward to that.
Yeah, same.
I was really looking forward to that today. So yeah, sorry guys and girls that we couldn't provide you with any football, but it is what it is. Let's talk then. This gives Daniel Levy an extra couple of hours to get some players through the door. Guys, do you know what? I know we've talked about it to death, the centre-back situation. I am genuinely concerned now that, it's the 23rd and the season starts on the 11th or the 12th, is it that our season starts? So we're looking at 18 days, 19 days to our season starts. It's not a lot of time to get a deal done, get a medical done, get them into the training ground, get them playing pre-seasons.
Well, it is enough time. It is enough time, but just not for Tottenham. Other people, other clubs do it.
Yeah. Yeah, a good clean sheet. Yeah, I mean, Ben, I said earlier, I think we will definitely get the players in. It's just a case of when. What do you think? What do you think? We will definitely get two in, or do you reckon it'll be one and a couple of cheap players?
I don't know with Tottenham anymore. I really don't know, because whatever you say, they do the opposite. It's like they're watching this stream. It's like, how can we annoy those guys on the stream? If we say we're definitely going to sign two centre-backs, we're not going to sign anyone. But if we say we're not going to sign anyone, they're going to sign two centre-backs.
Yeah.
So I think we will sign one. It's whether it's the right one. I've said it all over the streams. The guy we need to sign is Tapsoba, because he's the perfect foil for Romero. We had conversations with Dan E about how maybe Tapsoba and Romero won't work because of issues, blah, 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 blah. But that's the guy you signed for me as the leader of your defence for the next 5-6 years. He's quality, that guy. But I wouldn't be too upset with Van der Ven, because he can play centre-back and he can play left back. So either of those two, I'll be happy. But we've got to get a Tapsoba in. Someone that's good in the air, someone that's good on the ball. That's the guy for me. I'm just praying that we get someone. But we should have had them 2 weeks ago. Not during pre-season when we need them to be getting fit and becoming mates with all his teammates.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? I mean, for me, this window, it's in danger of, if not already, of being very stale again. I feel like the Spurs fans go through this window after window, and we convince ourselves at the beginning of every window that it's going to be different to the last window, and then we just see the same thing, don't we?
Yeah.
No, I agree. Do you know what it is? This is it. This is exactly the carbon copy of last transfer window. We signed 2 or 3 players quite quickly. We got in Richarlison, Bissouma. I want to say somebody else, but I can't remember off the top of my head, that came in relatively quickly.
Perisic.
Perisic, that was it. Well done, thank you. But then it went all quiet, didn't it? And we were waiting to get players in. And it was like, right, here we go. It is exactly the same every single season. The way that we operate in the transfer windows. We get people's hopes up by getting players in early. Oh, it's going to change, guys. We've got players in early. And then nothing happens. Here's a question, though, because this is now the second pre-season game that's getting cancelled. Would Spurs go out there and try and get somebody to play somebody else last minute? Do you think that can happen?
I don't know. It's a lot to sort out, isn't it?
Hotspur Way. We could do a couple of games at Hotspur Way behind.
Well, they won't do it at Hotspur Way because we're still going to go to. We've still go to Singapore, but what they'll do is they'll do another sort of inter-team game, won't they? Of course, they do that a lot in friendlies, but it's one of those though. You sit back and think like 2 games. The Roma game got cancelled. Now this game's been cancelled. Is there a chance that we could go and like? Because you've got to bear in mind all these Premier League teams, by the way, most of them are all either in Australia or Southeast Asia, or they're over in America. So all these teams, and it's not just Premier League teams, by the way, it's loads of them.
I don't know.
Good point. Ace has got a good point. You could go and play Man City, couldn't you? They're over in Japan at the moment. It's like it's not miles away.
Yeah, we'll beat them.
But they're over in Japan preparing for their relegation. They're in
relegation. No, 2-2. So they're going to finish mid-table at the moment. No, don't. They're just not downplay it. They're going to finish about 12th. Oh no, sorry, no, we can't say that because we got told mid-table was 6th.
Yeah.
Don't start that one again.
So hang on, I can hear myself in the back of someone's.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's definitely you. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. Look, for me, I question when these clubs go and do these tours and they fly halfway around the world and stuff. What happened to the days of playing a few friendlies locally, playing your local clubs in London? You know, I remember the days where Spurs, we'd play Charlton and we'd play Watford. Do you know what I mean? And all the fans could go. And what is this purely money, Ben? Is that what this is? This is all revenue?
I was reading on the internet the other day that Neil Warnock's teams, whenever Neil Warnock did pre-season, he always took his team down to Bodmin. He always played Bodmin. Like whatever team he was managing, we've got to start playing some local teams, local area. Go to a team like in the south, like Truro or something. Just go somewhere that we can get some local buzz, because that's possibly why Tottenham used to be one of the teams that was everyone's second team back in the day, because we used to go everywhere, like Weymouths and Yovels. We used to play Yeovil, Leyton Orient. I remember long time we used to play Leyton Orient. Again, it is all money. It's money. It's getting money for AIA because they're our main sponsor. So obviously they're going to want us to go to the Far East and Australia because of Ange. It's all about sponsorships. It's all about revenue, and it's a shame.
No, but what it is, and this is what I said earlier when everyone was saying the Premier League is the Super League. This is the version of the Super League. What they wanted, Spurs playing Leicester City in Thailand. They wanted Tottenham playing West Ham in Australia. They want Man United playing. They want it. Well, no, but what it is I think this is the comparison. I mean, so this is the sort of the make weight. This is the bit in the middle. So it's what we'll do. We won't change the Premier League. So there'll be 38 games because remember the 39 game situation crap, which I still think is the most stupid idea ever. But what they're doing now is what they're going, well, okay, fine. We're not going to change the Premier League, but we're going to do the Premier League pre-season.
Yeah.
So Man United go and play Arsenal in New York.
Yeah.
Chelsea play Brighton in Philadelphia. Tottenham play West Ham in Australia. Tottenham play Leicester City in Thailand. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know Leicester City aren't a Premier League team anymore.
It's the spoonful of sugar at the moment, Patch, before they start thinking, right, now we're going to give you a bottle of Coke and we're going to actually do an actual Premier League game. It'll start with 3 Premier League games a year, or not at home, like in Miami, Florida, for example. Yeah. It'll be Tottenham versus Bournemouth in Florida, something crazy like that. And then they'll start doing it all the time. And it'll be the NFL having games in Germany
But you look at all the friendlies though; they're all abroad.
Yeah,
they're all of every single. And do you know what? When I was growing up, you never used to play anyone in your league. You guys will know what I'm saying. You never used to play anyone in your league at pre-season. You used to go and play your European teams that maybe in the Champions League or whatever, or in Europe and stuff, or you'd play teams that were in the Championship or League One. You never used to play your teams in the same league. Like I always find it weird. Like when we played like Arsenal and stuff in friendlies, I go, shouldn't be Man United, Arsenal. Like maybe that's just a sort of old me going like, that shouldn't happen. That's a derby that was massive in the early noughties under the sort of Fergie Wenger era. That shouldn't be sat there with everyone sat together, all in harmony. Saying that there was fights in that at the end of that game, from what I saw. I mean, that was insane.
It's the only comparison I can make is actually to Formula One. When they're doing pre-season testing of their new cars, you never see Ferrari testing with Red Bull because they'll be looking at each other's cars.
No, yeah, exactly.
The thing that I think where football again has lost its way. No, this isn't just Spurs, by the way. This is everyone in the Premier League. Is pre-season was where a lot of people that couldn't get tickets to see the games during the season would be able to. I remember going over. I mean, I had a ticket, so I had a season ticket for years, so it was no problem. But I remember going over to watch Tottenham play Watford when Jurgen Klinsmann came over. I remember I've been over to see Spurs playing at Dartford and Charlton and all these different places, and it was good to see fans there getting a chance to see their club play. And this
one of my first games was Tottenham Porto at a friendly.
This whole pre-season tour thing is great if you've got the money or no job, like in terms of like if you're a Chris Cowling and you could just go and travel because you're paid by the club or whatever, great. The rest of the people don't get to watch Spurs in a pre-season friendly. I think is wrong. If I'm completely honest, we've got some super chats to go through. Phil Pierce said Arteta equals Lego Man by Zara or Eagle Eye Action Man. I've no idea what you are waffling.
How many have either of you boys watched Captain Scarlet and the Mr. Runs?
No. Can we please keep this football? I really want to keep this football. I don't want to talk about this crap. I'll be really honest.
Mikel Arteta is a dead ringer for Captain Black and Captain Scarlet.
Who's that?
He's a dead. I'll send you the picture, Perchy. He's a dead ringer for him. All the older boys in the chat will know what I'm talking about because I'm 28, but I've got the mental age of 70. But
no idea. No idea. Long-haired Yeti's Cave has said we can buy Mbappe if we sell Nottingham. We're gonna talk about Mbappe in a minute because it's all very funny. A user has said knowing Levy, Longley will be one of the signings. I think we'll talk about this as well. This is a massive concern for a lot of Spurs fans that we do go cheap and we just go and get Longley. That for me will tell me that this again isn't an Ange Postecoglou wish. That this is Spurs being Spursy. Phil P has come back in and said, gutted for the fans that went to the game. Yep, on a serious note, yes, I am gutted for those fans. Hashtag pray for Cowling. Yeah, listen, I mean, that guy's putting videos up of him eating scorpions and like 20,000 people watch it. I mean, I've never understood that. Why? What are you watching? Here's me eating a scorpion. 20,000 people have gone, oh, I'll watch that. All right, cool. And then
Arteta.
Anyway, an A user said, forget pre-season. Without centre-backs and the right first team, we got no chance. All the other teams are doing the right things apart from Spurs. Typical Levy. And another super chat has just come in. Thank you for all the super chats. Said, wacky paranormal. Do you think Levy and Enoch will be our new centre-backs? I mean, Levy and Enoch. Listen, thank you very much to everyone for their super chats. I really do appreciate it. Please, if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. We are looking now to move on to 7,600 and subscribe to Tottenham on Tour and subscribe to Perchy TV. Guys and girls, only in this world could reports start going out last night that Tottenham Hotspur have inquired or have been inquiring about Kylian Mbappe. Now, before we laugh, right, it baffles me that there are fans that I'm seeing now saying it could happen because of this, it could happen because of that. They need to sell for the money. This is a football club that can't get Mickey van der Ven through the door, right? This is a football club that have managed to mess up a £5 million signing for Ashley Phillips, but we truly have fans that in the comments were going, well, it could happen. Levy owes us. Now, as much as I think Levy owes us, Mbappe's not the guy, right?
Well, do you know, there was one thing. Sorry, Ben. Sorry. There was one thing you just said there that was slightly wrong. Tottenham haven't inquired. All they are is Tottenham are interested in Mbappe. I mean, I'm interested in Mbappe. I'm interested in Messi. I'm interested in Ronaldo. I'm interested in Haaland. Yeah, I expect Tottenham to be interested in Mbappe. Do I think we'll ever sign him? No. Like, it's balmy. People actually think this. Like, it's crazy. Like, people actually putting it, big Twitter accounts posting it on their page. It was, yeah, I expect Tottenham to be interested, but
Madness.
I expect every single football club in the world interested in Mbappe. There's not every single football club in the world is going to be able to get him. As you said, we can't even get a 30 million euro centre half done, let alone a player that is one. I can't believe I'm having to sort of debunk it, but you're right. It's madness. That one, Spurs have got to pay at least 120 million pounds, at least. I think he'll go for even more than that, but let's just keep it simple. At least. Spurs then have to then talk about wages for him. We don't even pay Harry Kane 300 grand a week or whatever he's on. 300 grand a week, 400 grand a week.
On 200 grand a week at the moment.
He's on 200 grand a week. So we're saying that we're then going to go and pay Mbappe 200 grand a week. He's looking at it going, no,
Mbappe wants 500.
He wants 500 grand a week. I can't believe, by the way, I can't believe I'm having to break it down, but it's that comical that I'm seeing it all. Yeah, in the simple, to keep it simple, no. And do you know what was even more mad? I mentioned it earlier on my stream. I said, do you know what was even more mad? I saw Arsenal fans going, would you if you could swap Mbappe for Saka, would you? It's mental.
Don't. I had Arsenal fans in here last night, Perchy, on my show last night. Arsenal fans in my show saying, sorry, just quickly, I seem bitter he's more successful. What? Who do I seem as bitter that's more successful than me, and more successful than me at what? I've got a feeling you're going to be talking about Chris Cowling. I mean, well, yeah, my channel's been going for a year, and what I don't do is I don't blow smoke up the club's arse, and what I don't do is make a video every day of an update of the stadium being built to please the fans. Listen, I'm all for Chris Cowling. Seems like a nice guy, but you don't get any harsh truths from him. You get, aren't the club brilliant? This is great. That we're doing really well because he's paid by the club. I had you in the chat last night. I will block you if you come in and start doing the same things you did last night. I don't care who does what. There are many people with more subs than me that I'm very happy for. Yeah. Sean's got more subs than me. Henry's got more subs than me. But you know what? Those boys will tell you the truth about our football club. Exactly. For me, Chris Cowling doesn't. That's what I don't like. It's nothing to do with his subscribers. Fair play. How do you know, Rango, what I do for a living and how much money I've got and what I've got in my life that makes me successful? Sorry, things like that annoy me. Yeah, there were Arsenal fans in here last night, guys, saying to me, yeah, but if you buy Mbappe in 2 years, you need to buy a new player, and Saka's committed. And I thought to myself, is this the level of delusion that these Arsenal fans have got to after one good year? Mad. That they would rather Saka than Mbappe? I mean, Ben, where are you with this? I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
I'd like to have Mbappe for one game, let alone 2 years.
I know. I know. Madness.
I'd have Mbappe. The guy is... I like Saka as a player. He's a really good little player, and he could possibly be world-class if he carries on with this trajectory. Yeah. Mbappe is going to be world-class for 13 years. That guy is...
Yeah. He's world-class now, isn't he?
Well, people love to sound about the word generational talent. He is a generational talent. Any player that scores a hat-trick in a World Cup final... With when Messi's playing, when all the eyes are on Messi, and you show up Messi in a final, he is something special. Like if he went into Arsenal's first team, for example, Arsenal are going for the league, he would get Arsenal a league title. How good he is! He would score 25, 30 goals easily in the Premier League because of his pace, his power, his ability. But I like Saka. He's not Mbappe.
It's madness. Look, I suppose this is where I've fallen down. I've never been a biased fan. I've never been built that way. It's like if I remember the conversations years ago before Spurs played Barcelona at Wembley. I remember people going, "Oh yeah, Messi's class, but you wouldn't swap him for Kane." And I remember being one of the people at that time going, "Yes, I would swap Lionel Messi for anyone that I've ever seen play football."
Yeah, exactly.
But Kane's one of our own. But Lionel Messi is Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Then what happened that night? Anyone remember what happened at Wembley that night?
Lionel Messi? He taught us a new one. I mean, he absolutely was incredible. But this is the thing, though. Like, we've come to this, and you bring it up a lot, Savva. It's a great point. The sentiment in football is through the roof.
Crazy.
Like, people don't look at reality anymore. There's no reality. You're right. People go in, oh my God, like, you wouldn't want to swap one of your own for Mbappe. Yes, I would probably swap our whole team right now and play 10 academy players and Mbappe. Like, do you know what I mean? It's madness. Like, Mbappe is one of the greatest players. Will be going. I just find it incredible from people.
Yeah, listen, and there is enough love to go around. Listen, I'm not knocking the guy. I don't watch his content because I just don't think that he informs me of anything. I'm not knocking that. He's a nice guy. He is. There are YouTube channels that I watch, and I'm just like, okay, you're blowing a lot of smoke up fans' arse. That's great. You're telling everyone how great everything is, but yet again, we've had a bad season. Then all of a sudden, what annoyed me was the likes of Last Word on Spurs and Chris Cowling, towards the end of last season, started going, maybe there's something wrong at the club. Oh, really? Oh, really? What the rest of us that are negative have been saying for over a decade, now that Last Word on Spurs and Chris Cowling has said it, people have started to go, oh, they've got a point. Really? Yeah. Just quickly, a few super chats. Phil P's come back in again. He's feeling very generous this morning.
Phil P.
And said, is Mbappe the answer to our centre-back search? Madness. I don't know. I'd keep our centre-backs and bring in Mbappe for a season.
I was going to say, I had people say, I wouldn't sign Mbappe. I'd rather sign 2 centre-backs. I know we need centre-halves, but surely no one thinks that.
Kane, Mbappe and Son up front.
Yeah,
that would be tasty.
Yeah, and people going, no, but I'd rather us get a centre back instead. I was like, well, yeah, but I would sacrifice anything to get someone like an Mbappe at Tottenham. It'd be incredible. I'm sorry. If I keep going on, it feels like I'm waffling about.
No, it's fine. Daniel Munson, again, always a big supporter of the channel.
That's a great one.
You can get Mbappe, guys. Just pay the money. Of course. Let's do it. Let's go and whack down the 120 million. Another super chat here from a user who says, Savva responds to our comments where Chris blanks. Do you know what, a user? Right, I pride myself, and I don't know if I am, but I pride myself on being one of the best in YouTube let me finish that sentence, at reading out everyone's comments. I try my best to read as many comments, positive and negative. Problem is, if I read those comments out, 50% of people love it that I interact that much. 50% then try and tell me and message me afterwards, don't get involved, don't message these people. But it's who I am. It's why my channel works for me. If not, go and watch, as I say, Last Word on Spurs, Chris Cowling, and they don't respond to anyone in the chat. If that's what people want to be a part of, I'm cool with that. And Jake B, big up, I said, in the old days, fans used to be sentimental about the club, but not the players. It's the reverse. Jake, absolutely spot on. Yeah. I am a Spurs fan. Hence why I say if Kane goes, he goes. If Son goes, he goes. All of them. I don't care. Tottenham will be here. I'll be here watching Spurs in 20 years when all of these players are retired. So will you. So will you. So will you. So, right? I don't care. None of the players I grew up on are still playing. I still love Spurs, right? Let's get back into the chat, people. There's 368 of you in the chat. Smash that like button, people. We're on 227. We should easily be at 300. And smash the subscribe button. Let's try and get another 9 to 10 subscribers before the show ends in about 45 minutes or so. 7,521. Let's get that 7,530 at least. Here we go. See, here we go. They're in. Sean In Arsenal system and culture, I would prefer Saka over Mbappe all day long.
Come on.
You can't listen. You can't think that. It doesn't make. Listen, I'm all for one for a. Sorry, this is going to be a rant. I'm sorry about it, but I'm sorry, but I'm all for opinions. I see someone else called Sakanelli in there saying,
Sakanelli.
Like,
yeah, but it's the names in the title.
But you can't think that. Like, it makes no sense. Like, in Arsenal's system and culture, you sack off your culture and your system to get one of the best young football players in the world in your team. That's mental. Like, it's just... Oh, dear. I'm sorry.
It was like when Man City bought Robinho in.
Here's a question. Here's a question. If Bukayo Saka actually came through, I don't know, the MK Dons Academy, or came through, I don't know, I'm just picking random ones, came through the Southampton Academy, you wouldn't have that opinion. You've only got that opinion through sentimentality, because Bukayo Saka's come through your academy, and that's all it is. It has nothing to do with system, culture, and all this buzzwords you want to use. You're only saying that because he came through your academy. If he came through Charlton Athletics Academy, and he wasn't an Arsenal fan, and he wasn't at the club when he was a child, you wouldn't have that opinion. Sorry, Sean. Gonna have to call you out on that one.
I mean, I love Harry Kane, but I would bin off Harry Kane.
Yeah, 100%. I love Harry Kane to the ends of this earth. But if we could sign Mbappe, it's mad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing is, look, I mean, like, Saka's a really good player, right? But
yeah, of course he is.
Mbappe, look, there are players that come around every era. And there's normally 3 or 4 of them in that era that are special. And Mbappe is one of them, you know, which is why I'm so frustrated that he plays in France, if I'm brutally honest. I want to see him in a top league.
It was like Neymar as well. Neymar should never have played for
exactly.
PSG.
But you had Mbappe in that mold. Ronaldo's in that mold. Lionel Messi's in that mold. Haaland's going to be in that mold for sure. Look at him. The geezer's a cyborg. Whilst I like Saka, it's not because he's Arsenal. I think Saka's a very good player.
I do as well.
But who are you picking? Who's going to get your hat-trick in your World Cup final? It's not Saka. It's Mbappe, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to be Saka that destroys the opposition. It's all too... See, look, Mbappe is a prima donna. I mean...
All the best players are.
Ronaldo was, but he was one of the best goal scorers, like, in the world. People question he's the best in the world. I don't. I think Messi is, but yeah, listen, Ronaldo was, but he was banging in goals. You allow players like that to be like that because they're that good. Oh,
I would prefer Saka. Mbappe only played with world-class players. I'd prefer Saka to Spurs. I mean, wow. I mean, we've got Spurs fans now saying they would prefer Saka.
Wow.
By the way, Man City are 3-2 up. Erling Haaland, talking about Erling Haaland, has just scored.
He's just a
are we now agreeing that they're now going to win the league now?
Yeah, they're winning the league again until they concede, until it goes to 3-3, and then they're not winning the league. That's how it works. I mean, Mbappe has a bigger ego than Ronaldo, who ended up ruining Spurs. I mean, I'm just unbelievable.
Can I just say, I'm going to break this down. I'm sorry, again, apologies. I'm taking over in the rant. I'll break this down again. Sorry. Mbappe has an ego bigger than Ronaldo. Okay, that's subjective, and there's no tangible fact for that. He would end up ruining Spurs. What? So with Mbappe, we'll finish worse than 8th last season.
Yeah.
What? Even if we had him for one season and he had kicked up a hissy fit, at least we would have a conversation that we might. I'm not saying we would, but we'd be in a conversation to be challenging for a league with a player like Mbappe. I'm not saying we'd go and win the league, but I'd have him for one season and him kick up a hissy fit and we start again. Why not?
I think it just goes down to, listen, I get people want to be different, right?
Yeah.
I understand people want to have, like Rory Jennings, they want to have these sensational views that make people watch. I get it. That's cool. But that's all it is. It's sensationalism. The thing is, Kane Leg, when you're saying they are trolling, I've seen these comments all over the internet in the last 48 hours, right? There are people that would rather Bukayo Saka than Mbappe. Watch Mbappe. The guy, I'm not saying anyone hasn't. The guy is an animal. Like, what he did single-handedly to bring Argentina back into that World Cup final. But again, it's opinions. But Rango, it's opinions, but there's some opinions are just stupid, right? Like, would anyone here, and not Messi at the age of 36, would anyone here rather have Lionel Messi or Harry Kane in their team at their peak? Spurs fans, I'm asking you in the chat right now.
Please,
who would you rather, Lionel Messi or Harry Kane? Answer sensibly. Who would you rather have?
I'd rather
anyone
Gardner.
Anyone that says Harry Kane, I'll say it right now, is an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? Sorry, anyone that says Harry Kane is an idiot. Let's see.
There's always one.
Yeah, exactly, Longhead Yeti. Yes. What I would say so far, right? What I would say is, when push came to shove at the back end of last season, where was Bukayo Saka to help Arsenal win a league title?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, where was he? I like him. I can't say it more. I think he's a really good player. But
I do as well.
I think he's one of those, if he played for Spurs, the Arsenal fans would be saying, oh, he's okay. But because he plays for them, he's amazing. Our fans will belittle him. I think he's a really good player. I just think it's absolutely madly. I think it's just absolutely mad. Look, difference is Mbappe's a dick.
So
all top players
who cares?
Was he a
That's
dick when winning the World Cup with France? Was he a dick when he scored a hat-trick in the second World Cup final? He literally
This is it though. You're right. This is it. So now whose news? This is enough. Sorry again. A rant is coming again. I'm sorry. I'm on a rant warfare.
Go for it.
So
no.
I love it. This is the bit that I don't get. He's a dick. Why does everyone care? If he's scoring you 50 goals a season, he can be the biggest prick in the world. Does that make sense? I couldn't care less.
Mate, I just honestly, I mean, have a look at this. Kane's best calendar year is better than Messi. Is it?
No, Kane had one calendar year.
No.
Didn't Lionel Messi? Hang on, guys. Didn't Lionel Messi score 91 goals in a calendar year?
Yep.
Like, where are we making this stuff up from? Like, I'm absolutely baffled by football fans.
Come on.
Mbappe is not a team player. Okay, all right. Mbappe's not a team player. I must have missed what he did in the World Cup final.
Honestly.
Do you know what, Sean? The problem is with you Arsenal fans now, you're making it out as though you've been successful and have done it without someone like Mbappe. You're making it out.
The team was filled with cheats. If you look at the Arsenal Invincibles team, all of them were dicks. All of them. Henry was a dick. Vieira was a dick. Campbell's a Judas. Ashley Cole was a dick. David Seaman was a dick. Dicks win you big games. They win you the big games. If you've got humble players, they crumble. I love Harry Kane. But that's the reason he doesn't win on the big stage. What's that?
But do you know what the biggest? But the biggest question to that is,
guys, one at a time. Guys, you've got to. You keep cutting over each other. One at a time. I can't hear you.
Go on, Perch.
No. All I was trying to say is who cares? If he's a dick or if he's not a dick, who cares? Is he scoring me 50 goals this season? Yeah, then I don't care. Let him do whatever. Are we winning the league with him? Yeah, then I don't care. Like, for example, I'm not saying he is, by the way. Do Man City care? I'm not saying he is, by the way. He's probably a really lovely bloke. Before I said, if Erling Haaland was a dick, do Man City care? Do Man City fans care? No, they just won the treble with him. So I'm not saying he is, because actually I've heard he's actually a really nice bloke from what people have actually spoken. But do you see my point? Does anyone care?
God, I want to cry. I'm so embarrassed by some comments. Let me read these out, guys, before we go into them, right? First and foremost, where was Mbappe in the World Cup final? The geezer scored a hat-trick. He just scored a hat-trick in a World Cup final. Where are we? Hang on. Savva and Mbappe is world class. I would love him at Arsenal. Swap for any other player, but not Saka. Okay. No, please, people, stop coming into my chat and telling me to ignore comments. It's what I do. I read them out. I read out. It's part of the fun. It's part of what I do. Please stop telling me to do that. Poch couldn't manage Mbappe. He didn't want to do the dirty work. He doesn't die for the team.
Poch isn't a top manager.
Here we go. Messi would never get 91 goals in the Premier League. They have 3, maybe 4 decent La Liga teams. Easy league. Again, where do these people come out with these god-awful opinions?
That's one of the worst. I think you may have got a terrible opinion of the day award there. That's absolutely shameless.
You do realise by 91 goals in a calendar year, do you know how many of them were in the Champions League as well across that calendar year? Lionel Messi does it against every single team he plays in world football, Champions League football and league. The league is easy. What did Haaland just do in our league? Yeah. What did Haaland just do? He got a season where he got, was it 60, 55 goals this year in all competitions?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It can't be real people.
I'm baffled. I'm baffled by
the best.
Messi is an arrogant guy. Is he? Isn't he anything but that?
He's literally the opposite.
Like, I don't know. What do... Loves music. I said all this talk of yeah, I'm not going to read that out. I'm not going to read that out, but thank you. Thank you. Guys, keep loves music, big up, but keep it clean. Keep it clean. I just don't get it. Lionel Messi is a humble guy. I don't understand. If you watch any video of Lionel Messi, where they say he's the one that he will have time for everyone signing their autographs. People who run onto the pitch when the stewards try and get rid of them, he gives them his shirt, signs their whatever. I feel like people are making things up. Yes, I mean, this person's going to go. This person's an idiot. I'm just so baffled by football fans now. Honestly, we're in this era where people have been brought up either very badly or know nothing about football. Yeah. It is absolutely, I agree, Paul, absolutely. How can these people claim to love football and yet blatantly not watch or understand it? Absolutely, mate. It is. Here we go. Here's my mate Rango again. Lionel Messi has only done it in the best teams in their respective leagues. Not saying he's bad. Kane has done it. And Paul, Kane has done what? What has Kane done?
Oh, no.
Kane rises to the top, as we like to say. But go back to that time when Lionel Messi destroyed us at Wembley. That was the best defensive record team in the Premier League. And he annihilated us. It was like he was playing children. That was a prime Tottenham back four and prime Lloris in goal. And he annihilated us. Imagine what he would do with these teams that don't have such good defences now. Apart from Manchester City, most defences are not the greatest.
Do you know the funny thing, Ben? The funny thing about this is when people say things, stupid things like Lionel Messi's always done it in the best teams. So has Cristiano Ronaldo. So did the real Ronaldo. So did Ronaldinho. The best players in the world don't play for Tottenham Hotspurs. Right? I hate to break it to you. The best players in the world might be at Spurs for a couple of years. They move on. They play for the best teams in the world. Anyone discrediting Lionel Messi, you've got to wash your eyes out. Rango, football is not for you, my friend.
Yeah,
football
go and
not
watch
for you.
Barcelona with Messi there. Go and watch as many games as you can, and you'll realise this man was a genius.
What happened? What happened? What happened when Lionel Messi left Barcelona? Just putting that there. Jay Ashraf, Savva, the pundits always ask, can Messi do it on a wet, windy Stoke midweek? Yeah, do you know the funny thing? I always would love to have seen Lionel Messi running against Stoke. He would have got 7 or 8 goals
against Ryan Shawcross at centre half, and Phil Bardsley.
Rango, I was at the game. I don't know if you two boys were at the game. I was at Wembley. He destroyed us. He was sensational. He destroys everyone. Yeah. Like there isn't a team in world football this man hasn't destroyed.
Yeah.
Real Madrid. The Real Madrid fans stood up and clapped because he scored a hat-trick against them. It's embarrassing. There you go. Messi has scored more goals against the Premier League's top 6 than Ronaldo has, and Ronaldo has played in the Premier League for years and years. Bang.
Bang
there you go.
on the money.
There you go.
For that game, I had the pleasure of taking my colleague at the time, who's a Napoli fan, and he loves football. Hence why he asked me, Ben, can I go to the game? Lionel Messi's going to play. Lionel Messi's going to play. So I took him to the game, and he just like every time he got the ball in that game, the Barcelona team, they know he's not losing the ball. We're all just going to go forward. So the entire Barcelona team would charge forward because they know he's not going to lose the ball. That's how good Messi is. The entire team just trusts him.
Ben, Daryl's right. You know, while Kane was on loan at Leicester City, Norwich, Leighton Orient, wherever he went, Lionel Messi was in the Barcelona team at 16, being called the next best player in the world by Ronaldinho. Ibrahimovic is the most arrogant man ever, but we love him for it, and he put his money where his mouth is. Yeah. I mean, his phrase, you know, when he turned up to America, as he said, he'd hired out that billboard, put a picture of the lion is here or something, or whatever he did with like, I just don't understand. Again, we're in this world where everyone wants nicey.
Yep.
Oh no, Mbappe might have a bit of arrogance. Oh no, don't pick him. He's a winner. Winners win. It's why Spurs fans are so protective when we talk about Kane going to clubs that win, because we're so scared of winning. Absolutely, Midori. The Barcelona teams would not have been that great without Messi. Yes. Yes. I can't understand how once a week. Here we go. Okay, so you're disregarding how good Rakitic was that day. Oh my God, no. Oh my God.
You gotta be joking.
This guy's got. It's got to be a troll, right? No one belittles Lionel Messi this much.
But this is what I don't get. Do you know what it is? I feel like I think you mentioned it a moment ago. I feel like everyone has to be. It's like everyone's watched Rory Jennings. Sorry, Rory, but unfortunately, I'm calling you on this
I'm not sorry. Say it. He's
no.
idiot.
But my point being is everyone watches stuff like that now. It's not just him. It's his genre of football.
I agree.
His genre of football YouTube. It could be any one of those lads. You got Boovy, you got the other lad, Adam McCullough, and all these lot. These lads, they say sensationalist things to get clicks and views. Unfortunately, now it happens everywhere.
Yeah,
we have to say the most outrageous thing to make our voice heard.
I agree.
And it's similar here. And listen, I respect you. You put up all the comments and stuff. Now I feel like people are just saying mental stuff, so their comment gets read out. Oh, you get that dopamine buzz. Oh, Savva's read my comment out. You don't believe what you're saying. If you genuinely believe that Messi is overrated, or if you think you wouldn't swap Messi for Kane or Mbappe for Kane or Mbappe for Saka, doesn't matter. You're saying it for clicks and likes, and you want the dopamine and people reacting to you. You can't. If you are a football fan, like every single one of us here are, I expect everyone in here is. You don't believe that. You can't believe it because it's just there's certain things in life that you just go, that's true. Like I look out the window and go, there's no clouds in the sky. If you went to me, Savva, oh no, it's not. The sky's green, and then I go, no, it's not. You go, well, it's my opinion. Like. But it's wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? You can't just go, it's my opinion, and use that as your caveat. Sorry.
Right, here we go. Just gonna bring this up, right? I just wanna bring this up, and then anybody that ever says anything about this guy again is an idiot. I'm sorry, just an absolute waffling idiot, right? Here we go. Can everyone see this? Can everyone see that? I'll read it out so it's clearer, right?
A bit. Yeah.
Right. Might need to zoom in.
I don't know if I can, to be honest.
If you press, I think it's Control and use your scroll button, you can zoom.
There you go.
Better?
Slightly more.
A little bit more. Yeah, there you go. You're good. You're good.
So if we look here, right, people?
Jeez.
Right? If we look here, look at this. It's embarrassing. Look at it. The guy has played, sorry, Matt's going a bit funny. The guy has played 610 league games, right? 610 league games, scoring 610 league games, 82 cup games, 164 league Champions League games, and the guy has played and 30 other, and has 716 goals in 886 games. Now, if that's not enough, let's move to here. For his country, he has played 142 times and scored 119 goals. Yeah. So add that 119 to this 716, you get what? 800, quick maths, 835, right?
Yeah.
So he's got 835 career goals, and that is without it has got his Miami goal. Yeah, 835. Yeah. Then let's move to here. The guy has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 La Ligas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Copa del Reys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Super Cuppers. 1, 2, 3, 4 Champions Leagues. 3 Super Cups. 3 World Club Cups. 2 Ligue 1s. 1 Trophy de Champions. 1 FIFA World Youth Championship. 1 Olympics. 1 World Cup. 1 Copa America. 1 Commonwealth. He has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Ballon d'Ors with possibly another one coming. I mean, look at all of these. Look at all of these things I could read out. UEFA's best player, Argentina Footballer of the Year, La Liga best player on 6 occasions. How do people disrespect this man?
He's not Jason Cundy, though, is he, Savva?
He's no Jason Cundy. It is absolutely, and it does frustrate me. I'll be honest, it does frustrate me because I watch Lionel Messi and I think, please don't ever retire. Do you know what I mean? Like, please, we need to keep seeing you. And we've got the,
even Stewie's done with them. He just walked straight out the door. He's done with these bad opinions.
As somebody said that he doesn't press. Is that what I've read somewhere?
No, don't. No, I'm not airing it. It can't be right.
I'm pretty sure someone. Luan, absolutely. Messi has the most trophies in football history. The man has won everything possible and more. World Cups, Champions Leagues, Ballon d'Ors. We have people disrespecting him. Unbelievable. Yeah, but unfortunately, there you go. Did you watch Messi, Mbappe and Neymar in the Champions League? They didn't press. Just walked around. Rango, please go to another channel. You are an idiot. I'll call it out. Sorry, you're an idiot. No one is saying he is bad, Savva. No, but
no. Do you know what it is? Do you know what? Yeah, no one's saying he's bad, but the fact is you can't even say he's the greatest player to ever live. Is mental. Sorry,
he is funny. He is funny. This tango dude. Honestly, do you know what makes me laugh? This guy breathes in the same air as us and probably has a job where we speak to him in the public every day. It's worrying. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right. He's a bum. He's never won the Europa League.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
He hasn't won a Conference League, has he? Declan Rice has won that.
He's never won the Walter Toll Memorial Trophy. How dare he?
Do you know what? What I love about this, by the way, right? This whole notion that he doesn't press. First of all, people need to remember he's 36 years of age.
Yeah.
Second of all, if anyone had watched him in his younger years at Barcelona, he pressed. Yeah. When he was young, he pressed. He was part of that front three that were the 3-second rule. Lose the ball, get it back within 3 seconds. Messi did press. He's now 36 years of age. Why would you want Lionel Messi pressing at 36 years of age? Get him the ball. Let him win you the game.
Yeah.
It's like people don't realise he learned under Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola didn't play people if they didn't press. Like, it's madness. Thierry Henry did an interview, and he was playing left wing, and Pep Guardiola says, you stay on the left wing, and Henry got fed up. So he went and he got the ball on the right wing and scored. Half time, he dropped him. He benched him. He said, listen to me. I'm in charge. I'm the boss. You listen to me. You didn't. On the bench. Get off the pitch. If Messi didn't press, he would not have played for Barcelona. He would have sold him.
The thing that makes me laugh is imagine being that good, right? No, imagine being the best ever, right? Arguably, people will talk about other eras, but imagine being the best ever. And the only thing that fans can throw at you is that at the age of 36, you don't press.
Man.
After everything you've won, after single-handedly winning Argentina a World Cup at the age of 35, after winning Barcelona, basically making Barcelona the greatest team ever, and this is what people say. Man City are 4-2 up, so they're going to do the treble again this year. Yeah, Man City.
I'm going out. They're going to win the quadruple.
By the way, does any of you? I mean, I've seen Lionel Messi play 5 times live, and I went to see him at the Camp Nou. I went with an ex-girlfriend many years ago, and it was the quarter-final second leg of the Champions League against AC Milan. And honestly, I'd never seen anything like it. First of all, the fans, the way they love this man is something like I've never seen. Like anyone that went near him, they went mad, like they were going to kill people. But this guy just did what he did. He drifted into midfield and everything went through him. Even though Xavi and Iniesta played in that game, everything went through Lionel Messi. Steve-O has said Messi played with best right-back Alves, best midfield trio, Henry. Has definitely helped his cause. I mean, if you can't see that he's the best and better than all of them, I don't know what is.
If you asked all of these players who is the best player of all time, they would all say Lionel Messi. They would all say it.
They
Except
do.
Maybe Zlatan, who would say himself, because that's just Zlatan, and we love him for it. But
do you know what? Zlatan actually did say it was Messi. Do you know what? You can go onto YouTube, right, and you can type in players talking about Messi, and you'll have a video of 20 minutes of Pep Guardiola, Thierry Henry, players he's never played with, all saying the best, Messi. Like Arsene Wenger said, they said, who's the best player in the world right now? And he went, Messi. And he went, who's the best player to ever play the game? Messi. And they went, is it close? And he went, no.
Alex Ferguson said, someone asked Alex Ferguson, who's the best player in the world? He said Ronaldo, because Messi is from outer space because he's not human. That's how Messi is an alien.
Look at this. Why did Messi not perform for PSG the way he did for Argentina? Well, first of all, PSG aren't set up the same way Argentina are. Argentina are set up so that Messi runs everything. PSG is set up that they've got so many superstars that they kind of all get in each other's way. I don't understand. I don't understand how people don't. Again, context. Like people don't get it. I'll say this. So why doesn't Harry Kane perform in finals for Spurs?
Yeah.
Savva, I doubt you would take Messi now at his age than Kane. Oh, I fucking would. Oh,
I would.
I'd
love to watch Messi.
Oh my days! Are you mad? Imagine Spurs had Lionel Messi at Tottenham. Sorry, yes, I would. I would get rid of every single one of our front three if it meant we signed Lionel Messi tomorrow. Every single one. That's madness.
He completed football. What I like about him as well is he didn't go out to Saudi. I like that about him. I like that he didn't. I really do. What is my favourite?
So he can be closer to home. So now we can fly to Argentina.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Pranay, his debut where he scored that goal, where he dinked it over the keeper after already having a similar goal disallowed for dinking it over the keeper was sensational. Yeah. Exactly. He didn't want to be there. There's a video of Messi playing in the same team as Maradona. Messi didn't get on with Mbappe. Look, listen, I think the problem is, PSG is just, they've been run that way for ages. Yeah, I did swear I'll probably get demonetized for that, but hey, it is what it is. I said Zidane didn't drag France to the World Cup final. Then how can you say Messi dragged Argentina to the World Cup final if you acknowledge he doesn't press? Steve-O, if I have to explain that to you, then you're an idiot. I'm going to explain it to you because you're an idiot. If you look, Lionel Messi in the World Cup scored what? Scored 7 and assisted 5.
Yeah.
In all the games where they couldn't get over the line, Messi suddenly went magic. Zidane played in a phenomenal French team.
Yeah.
That Argentinian team wasn't phenomenal. It was a good team, a good team. Yeah. But Messi scored all the goals and got the assists. I know Alvarez chipped in with a few, but he scored all the goals, got the assists. Zinedine Zidane didn't. and was in a better team.
Yeah.
What is this obsession with people like you and pressing? What is this obsession with it?
Mental. That France team that won the '98 World Cup with Deschamps and Vieira and Henry, Thuram and Barthez in his prime.
Oh,
that
mate.
Team.
Bazente, Lizarazu. Like top. Like at the time, the back four was Thuram, Blanc,
Desailly,
and Lizarazu. That's one of the best back fours I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, my God.
That is phenomenal team. Like, honestly, I do worry that people haven't watched football.
Sorry,
stay
humble. 12:38 is probably one of the worst takes I've seen. It's one of the worst takes ever. But it makes sense why you said that, because I did look earlier and you did say that Ronaldo is better. Probably says it all why you now want to begrudge Lionel Messi for winning the World Cup. It is balmy. Listen, as I said, well done. You've done well there, stay humble, because you said an outlandish thing and you got yourself on the wall. That's what happened. You don't believe it, though. That's the thing. You don't believe it. I mean, Sean Boyle's come out. Honestly, you lot that are... I'm going to get called delusional, but I would rather have Saka than Messi.
Of Lionel Messi. It's the Lionel Messi show.
Listen, it's just difficult. Listen, as I said, my channel isn't just a Spurs channel. The Spurs, we've had 2 hours of Spurs chat. We can talk about other things, but I mean, you know, the key thing for me is, look, if you're going to talk about Lionel Messi versus Saka, and Saka's 21 years of age, for longevity, of course, you're going to have Saka. Yeah. But the question was originally in their peak. It's like, would I have Lionel Messi at the age of 30 or 29 above Harry Kane at the age of 29? There is in no way a scenario in which I pick Harry Kane. There is in no way a scenario I pick any other footballer other than Lionel Messi.
Agreed.
You know, in 2000, I know this was before he was 29. Was it 2011 where he got 91 goals in a calendar year?
Yeah.
That is phenomenal. And people are wetting themselves over what Haaland just did.
Yeah.
Messi was like 55 goals in a year. I'll get 91. Like, I can't.
It was 2012.
Oh, look at this. It's just this guy is Steve-O's. I can't do it. I don't. Yeah, just a YouTube fan. Don't know which is worse. You explaining about Messi to people with brain farts or them. Probably me, but hey, it is what it is, and you don't have to be here.
I'd like to know which one of us is Four Eyes. Stay humble. Is it me or is it Perch? Which one of us is Four Eyes?
Call it eight.
Is he got to that?
Yeah.
Just so you know, just a bit of context with the Messi getting 90. He got 91 goals in the calendar year of 2012. When did he absolutely shatter it? And do you know how many goals it was that he shattered it? How long ago it was before that? Did anyone know?
No. 40
years before that, Gerd Müller got 85 goals in a calendar year in 1972. That record stood for 40 years, and then Messi went and broke it. Yeah, but we're now having people saying it's not that great of an achievement. Amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I listen. I just don't get it. I don't think I'll ever understand some fans. I truly won't. Listen, I just don't get it. Where are we? People claiming a fix. Do you know what I'd love to know about this? You know, flying solo. When people say this, right? How on earth did they fix for Argentina and France to go to penalties? How did they fix for Mbappe to score a hat trick? How did they fix for if they were going to fix it? Why did what's his name? Why did Wout Weghorst score a last-minute equaliser for Holland in the quarterfinal? Like, if they were going to fix it, why did they lose to the opening game to Saudi Arabia? Like, why? How people are just idiots.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would rather Messi now instead of Kane. Yeah, I've seen Kane for 10 years. If you gave me 2 years of Lionel Messi in a Spurs shirt, please, please.
Get your season ticket.
I'd be back at. I was going to say I'll be back at the stadium. Easy. Let's be honest.
Yeah, the thing is, listen, I get it. Yeah, George, I agree with you. The whole thing of pressing, yes, you have to press, right? But every now and then a player comes along where you don't need him to. Every now and then. And Lionel Messi, by the way, he did in his younger years. It's only the last 4 or 5 years where his legs have gone a little bit. And, you know, I wish Messi came to the Premier League, would have shut these people up. Oh, Robert, I think they've been shut up anyway. Every time he plays a Premier League team, he destroys them. His goal scoring record against Premier League teams is phenomenal. I agree. Where are we? Daniel Harris said, I take Messi now. We're going to go for another 15 minutes, by the way. And then Sean will be going live. So please go over to Sean at 1 p.m. Said, I take Messi now. And by the way, the Spurs review is Tuesday night at 8 p.m. From next week, it will go back to its normal slot of 8. The reason I moved it is because I didn't think with the game going on today and 3.5 hour, 4 hour watch-alongs that people would then want to jump on again. So Daniel said, I take Messi now over anyone simply because it would be an utter privilege to see him play even a single game for my club. Bang on. Not as good as Kane, though. Not as good as Kane. But Sean, this wasn't the question. Sean, this wasn't the question. It's like, this wasn't the question. I don't think I am. What is controversial about saying Lionel Messi
is the greatest footballer of all time?
I mean, I thought it was the least controversial thing you've ever said.
Ultras Kenya said, Savva, which coach do you think will get sacked from the top teams in the Premier League? With all the high value signings Arsenal have made, puts more pressure on Arteta, Klopp, Ten Hag. Do I think any of them will go? I don't think any of them will go, if I'm honest. I think Ten Hag is now into the second year of rebuilding Man United. Jurgen Klopp has got so much credit in the bank, the man's not going to get sacked. I can't see it. What he's done for that club has been nothing short of sensational. Pep Guardiola is definitely not going to get sacked as Man City manager.
Not getting sacked as well.
I don't think you give a manager this much money and then sack him in Arteta. I don't know. I don't see any of the top managers being sacked, if I'm brutally honest. No. I think the problem is, this is the problem. We want to keep sacking managers so quickly. Steve-O said, when Gerd Müller scored all those goals, was he being supplied by the equivalents of Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets?
Oh, my God.
With Neymar? I'm pretty sure Gerd Müller was playing with top players. Again, this is one of those things that apparently Messi is the only player in the world that ever was supplied by very good players. Can I ask a question, Steve-O? If Lionel Messi was only good because of all the goals he was supplied by others, why has he got more assists than any other player in the last 2 decades? I mean, I'll just throw that out there to you. I mean, I know your brain hasn't quite got to that point. It's absolutely mad. Why does every other player say the best player they've played with is Lionel Messi? I can't, Norman, I can't say, but listen, I can't say when we're comparing a player from the 60s versus a player from the 2023. I mean, how do you do that? You know, how do you...
If Greaves played on these pitches, he would have scored 600 goals, and it still wouldn't have been as much as Lionel Messi, probably, the amount of goals Lionel Messi scored. Jimmy Greaves was if he wanted a goal, he flicked his fingers and he scored. But we will never know unless you've got a time machine and you fly back to the 60s and you say, "Come on, Jimmy, let's go. Let's play some football."
Yeah.
So please,
it's absolutely mad.
Come on.
We are going to go for 13 more minutes. You're just a YouTube fan. You an adult. Learn to take a message. Don't tell me an adult. Me understand grammar. Try putting some grammar in your chat and get out of my chat. All right. See you later, mate. See you later. Guys and girls, thank you. Listen, surely no one wants to watch boring stuff, right? You want to watch the conflict. You want to watch the debates with people. You want to watch the controversy. If you don't,
conflict, go and watch The Coffee Company on Monday to Friday. There's no conflict there.
That was good. Well done.
The only reason you watch here is to watch the conflict. If you don't, go to The Coffee Company. There's no conflict there.
By the way, keep smashing Keep smashing the like button, people. Let's at least get to 300. We're on 260 at the moment. And please subscribe. Let's get to 7,530. We're only 7 away. We're going to be going for another 12 minutes. And then I'm going to redirect to Sean. I am going to redirect to Sean. Okay. So please bear with me. I need to unredirect from Henry because he's now not going to do that show. And I'm going to redirect to Sean. I know you'll probably all go over there anyway, but I like to try and help out where I can to people. Bear with me 1 second, people. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk about this comment down here if you want, guys.
Okay, go on then. I'll do it. A question for the three of you. If you under prime Poch and the prime team with Ndombele, Jan, Toby, etc., swap Kane for Messi, do Spurs win the league?
Yes.
Yeah. Hands down.
Yes.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it. Messi drags you over the line, doesn't he? He's that good. He drags that team. And listen, do you know what? And this is a great question because actually we were good those times, but we just needed a bit of star quality, just a bit of stardust. Messi's not. He's more than just stardust. He's gold. He would. 100%.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think every now and then to get over the line, Man City have conceded a third, 4-3. They might not be winning the Champions League this year.
Not.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
Short.
It does make me laugh. Guys and girls, please, as I said, please subscribe. If we can get another 7 subscribers, 6 subscribers now in the last 10 minutes, that would be absolutely sensational. Guys, I don't know why people come to the channel and then wonder why I am the way I am. This is how my channels have always been. I like to talk. I like to debate. I like to speak with the silly people in the chat. Hey, it is what it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Equip your caps lock and go get Savva. It does make me laugh. Listen, I just think sometimes there are different players. Ronaldo's in that category. He's a different sort of player, a winner, an arrogance. It's just different. Oh, God, here we go. Steve-O said, easy Savva. He played with great strikers too. Exists Ronaldo. Any world striker didn't play a message. Mate, but if you don't watch him with your own eyes and see that he's the best ever and have to constantly find reasons to belittle him, it's madness. How are you... How are all of these other players saying he's the best they've ever played with, but yet you go, I wouldn't swap him for Kane? Like, really? You wouldn't swap him for Harry Kane? It is madness. PTM said, Messi is debatable. What you said about Villa being a better team was controversial. Even though Villa... No. Again, see, 2 of these. I said Villa would attract better players. I didn't say they're a better team. I said Man City are 5-3 up. The treble's back on.
Go on.
I didn't say they're a better team. I said that they're acting like a better team. They're acting like a bigger team. They're not. We should be doing what they're doing. Like with Moussa Diaby, 50 million done. That should be us with Tapsoba. So no, that's not quite what I said. I don't hate you. I don't hate anyone, to be honest. Some people I think are idiots, but I don't hate them. And you're not an idiot, by the way. Messi would not win Spurs the league with our team. No, not now.
We're talking the team, the Pochettino team.
We're talking about Pochettino's team, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it does.
Bill's got a great comment. Bill's got a great comment.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Spot on. That makes him world class.
Cole Kane. Savva can't handle different opinions. He will time you out. No. The only people that get timed out are people that are idiots and rude and come into the chat and do the same thing every time. I will debate opinions, but there are people that get silly with it. Now, the whole, no wonder I have fewer subs than Sean and Henry. I don't understand why you try and put me against them when they're my friends. Yeah. I don't understand that at all. We all help each other out. And my channel's been going a lot less than those two have. You know, I think I'm doing all right after 15 months. I think I'm doing okay, right? 7.5K in 15 months.
We're all mates here.
Exactly.
We're all friends in this community, exactly.
It's like you don't realise that outside of these streams, we're all in WhatsApp groups together, laughing at
just
stupid
chatting
comments.
about it. Like exactly, I say this all the time. Like people say this all the time. You're right. Like they think that we all sit here and we're battling with these people. Are we? No, we're all just sat there. We're normal blokes who just sit there and chat football, and all guys, girls, we all just sit there and have a chinwag about football half the time. It's all a laugh. People take it way too seriously.
I agree. It's like when they see, like Sean and I often have a little ding dong derby. As soon as we finished, we're messaging each other going, "You're right, you're right, yeah, all good." Like it's not the great, but people then go, "Oh my god, did you see what happened on Savva's chat? Did you see Savva and Sean? Oh my god, they hate each other. Oh my god, there's a war." People were doing it last week. It's funny, right? Like people went in. I got sent screenshots of this. People went into Tottenham away, right? Who I have no problem with, right? People went into Tottenham away, and in the chat was, "Oh my god, have you seen what Savva said about you, Will and Stell?" Sorry, Savva said what? Sorry, Will and Stell, have you seen what Savva said about you? He's calling you idiots on his channel. So I messaged them both and went, "Guys, you know this is not true. Like this is people trying to stir debates, and that's the shame of it. Like they feel like we don't talk to each other. Like when you do things like that, it doesn't stir hate. What it actually does is make us go, people are idiots." I do want to wrap up in the next couple.
In Alan's chat yesterday, I was in the chat. I don't know if this person's in there. I was in the chat having a laugh. Why are you a fake account? Who would make a fake account for me? I'm like, why? Like, why? Like, and then Jacob's texting me like, "Oh, is this really you, Ben?" Of course it's bloody me. What are you talking about?
Oh, YouTube is a funny place. It makes me laugh. Listen, every YouTuber, we said this yesterday, Ben, every YouTuber's got their own thing going on, right? Like if people, as I said, if people want to watch nicey, if people want to watch nicey, then they don't come to me. If they want actually some hard hitting football conversation, they come to me. So it is what it is. Look, we are going to wrap up in the next 3 or 4 minutes, guys. Shame about today. Real shame about today, but it is what it is. Onwards and upwards. Are either of you expecting a centre back to be signed this week?
I'm going to go no. I expect us to. I want them to prove me wrong, but it has to be, surely, no? When are we playing in Singapore? Does anyone remember the day when we're playing in Singapore? Anyone know? Anyone in the chat know? I'm assuming it's next week. I'm assuming it's some point next week, but yeah, they need to be playing for the next game, no?
No.
They've got to be.
I agree. Ben, do you think we'll get it done this week?
Hell no. Hell no. We don't run like a proper football club.
Yeah.
We don't run like a proper football club. So like we're not going to fix these issues. We'll sign a centre back when the team get back into the Spurs training ground, and then we'll sign them when they should be in the training ground, doing the contract, doing a bit of fitness training, and when the team comes back, they go straight into the team and they integrate with the squad. That's how you'd usually do it. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Proud to be a Geordie. Absolutely. See, I by the way, Ben, I'll bring you into this because you're the main moderator on the channel. I don't just block people for their opinions. I block people. Ben and I have become very good, as the same as all YouTubers have on their own channel, become very good at knowing when someone comes into the chat, we know the names, we know their pattern of what they're going to do. So a lot of people come in, the first comment is nice.
Yeah.
The second comment's nice. Slowly but surely it starts turning into Savva, you're a prick, Savva this, Savva that. And we see it. The problem is as well, we don't want too many trolls in the chat. So like that Rango, for example, who I've just blocked. That Rango, I could say that my wife's name is Charlotte. He would tell me that it's not. It's that type of thing, right? He's that sort of person, which is fine, but it is what it is. Cole Kane has said, "You completely missed my point, Savva. I wasn't even talking about competition between your buddies. I was talking about why you have fewer subs. I have fewer subs because I've been going a lot less than both Henry and Sean.
Much less, yeah. You only started last year, right?
Cole Kane, the funny thing is, right, is another thing that YouTubers have access to is access to how quickly we grow versus other people. Now, this isn't a competition, but I can go onto Social Blade and see how quickly I've grown versus others have grown, right? It's not a competition, but it makes comments like yours look stupid because I'm actually growing as fast as them, I've just started after them. That's the problem with people like you. Honestly, it's so stupid. My mentality is I call out idiots like you. Sorry, it is what it is. It is what it is. Wednesday, people are saying apparently that we're back. Wednesday. Is it Wednesday that we're back or
Wednesday? Yeah, it must be. I think so. Yes. I think you're right. Yes, so midday for me. So 11 o'clock for you guys.
Yeah.
Anyone in the chat? A Spurs signing a centre back this week? Adam Phillip, thank you. Thank you. Listen, I'll always be the way I am, right? I've always wanted to interact with the comments. When you don't interact with the comments, people complain. When you do, they complain. We can't win. We can't win. You will drive people away if you keep blocking people over nothing. Rango, the people I block, I don't care if they're here. I don't know if that quite computes. And you are getting blocked right now because you are an idiot.
This is the thing. What people don't realize is it's some of these. The thing is I always say this, and Savva, me and you've had this conversation before. I have no issues if people disagree with. Let's use is Messi the greatest of all time? Let's just say that for argument's sake. Okay, cool. If people go, no, he's not, Ronaldo's better. Okay, great. Well, give me your verdict and your opinion on that. Don't just say, well, this is it and I'm right, you're wrong behavior. No, it's none of that. Listen, we sit here and debate stuff and we give our opinions. That's all it is. When people just say stuff, give your opinion. We can debate it. Me and you we have debates about so much stuff.
Yeah.
But we sit there and go, okay, fine. Agree to disagree. Okay, that's your opinion, that's mine. We move on. People start getting abusive and then you start hearing this nonsense in the chat. It's very hard in the chat, guys, when there's a lot of people in here, and when a lot of it is just this tittle-tattle stuff. No, we're all grown adults, man. Do you know what I mean? Just listen. If you don't like an opinion, move on. We move, and that's it.
I find it funny. I don't know why people take it so seriously.
I mean, I don't know where this narrative has come from that we ban. Well, I ban a lot of people in Savage chat, as you know. But now, yesterday, I'm not in a chat. I said you're getting a reputation for bullying people. Look at my arms. Do you think I can bully someone? I just remove trolls who are there to cause an issue. Yep. I couldn't.
What I love though, Ben,
I couldn't bully anyone.
We are going to end in the next 60 seconds. But what I do love is people come in, they think they can say whatever they want about you, the YouTuber. But because I'm one of them that reads the comments and gives it back, it's you're rude. You're going to drive your viewers away. Yeah. Listen, I'm growing quite nicely. I'm happy with it. I think a lot of people like my shows. On that note, we are going to end. Can I please ask nicely, would 5 of you be so kind to go over, smash the subscribe button, and help me grow even further to show these clowns. Sean said, if you don't like Savva's attitude towards opinions, keep them to yourselves or stop being snowflakes and debate with him. Boom, boom, boom. Guys and girls, Ben, Perchy, thanks for coming on. Hang on. Actually, hang on. Loves music. I said, is that the Messi Ronaldo stat definitely correct? Which stat? I'm not sure which stat.
I think Ronaldo scored only 69 in a calendar year and Messi scored 91. Maybe that's it, maybe wrong, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't remember Ronaldo ever having a calendar year of any significance, not significance, but compared to Messi. And long-haired Yeti's Cave has said they will require goalkeepers to press soon. Absolutely. Absolutely. But listen, thank you very much. Thank you for the 2 people that have just subscribed. If we can just get 3 more of you, that would be absolutely amazing. To hit the target for today would be great. Smash the like. Go over and subscribe to Ben. Go over and subscribe to Perch as well. And what I will say is Sean is going live. Sean, who I'm meant to be up against, he's my rival, right? I can't say anything. Don't be so silly. Get over to Sean. He's going live right now. Go over to Sean and watch him. And as always,
Levy out.